What's going on? Can I hear nothing? Oh, I guess it's working. Oh man, sorry about that, man. I had to put my baby to sleep. I had to put him back to sleep. He daddy's boy. He wake up and his daddy ain't around. He want to know where I'm at. So, um, joys of having a kid, man. It ain't nothing like it. Scary as hell. And I'm more I'm more protective than my wife. I'm way more protective than my wife. Every little scratch or nick he got on him, I want to know how it happened, when it happened. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm set up. Nope. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to.
There we go. No, I probably should have made a topic, but I'm gonna just get on here and talk. But I don't even know where I left off at. But I just feel like if we as a human race, man, we can get to a point where we understand that we all different. We all built different. If we can learn to see the beauty in the differences that we have, I think we'd be able to see the similarities that we have and build off of the similarities. You know, I mean, history is, I mean, just fact. His history is written by those who conquered. You know, just looking through history, whoever is the most dominant power at that time, they have the ability to write history as they see it. So, I mean, we can debate, we can have discussions about history and what happened, what didn't happen, but unless we're using that information to make our lives better today, it's no point. We get caught up in too many distractions. You know, we get caught up in too many distractions. And some people understand that. And a lot of people make money off of those distractions. A lot of people make money off of the distractions. They know people like to be distracted. You know, it helps a lot. It can be helpful though. You know, when you're going through something and you just need to take your mind off of it for a minute, a distraction is good. But we get lost in, you know, we get lost. I found myself doing that in video games when I was depressed at one point. I played the video game, you know, and it distracted me from my reality. But the problem was is I kept using that and kept using it and kept using it. Instead of fixing my problems, I just depended on a distraction. And when I became aware of it, I just stopped. You know, I stopped playing games for a while until I was able to get over what I was going through and then went back and played the game for a moderate amount of time instead of getting lost into it. Because a lot of times when we feel pain, hey, perp, a lot of times when we feel pain and we find something that can relieve that pain, we can easily get lost in it and forget about finding a solution to actually fix the problem. And one of those distractions for me was video game, even sports. I used to get caught up in that fantasy football, and it was just a distraction. And like I said, distractions can be good. It's just we can't fall into it to the point where um, we're using that as a crutch. When we still have the same problems once the distraction is over. And that's something I had to learn. I appreciate y'all coming back rocking with me. I really do. Y'all can hit the link. I'm just literally up here. There's no subject. It's open. Um, it is open. I'm just talking. I wanted to talk about the differences between truth, facts, but I was after that titillating conversation we had at Nate's. Is like my focus was just all off, and I got to be focused to talk about a subject, or I will totally lose track. But this young lady right here, she keeps me focused on subjects when I do have them, and I appreciate her so much. Um, I'm so happy I fell in Nate's chat that night. I really am because um, what you have done for me these last couple weeks, I can't even tell you how thankful I am. I can't tell you how thankful I am. I'm lucky. I always say I'm blessed because the right people always find me at the right time. Yeah.
And likewise. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I was just I'm just rambling. This one of my random thought nights.
Good. I love those nights. They're my favorite. How are you, Rachel? Good to see you.
Yeah, Rach, you're more than welcome to come up here. We talk about anything. Rach, we can talk about. I love talking about the kids. Because this is just my opinion. The kids are the future, and not only do I know that, but the powers that be also know that. So the kids have been a focal point of the agenda for a long time. Um,
Of course, because the little ones, they're gonna be the ones ruling the world. They're gonna be taking over. Like
exactly.
your little ones.
Yeah, and that's the
My
scary
my
thing.
ones, they're probably a bit too old to be doing anything. But your little ones, yeah, by the time they're in their 20s, they're going to be the ones that take over.
Yep. And they've been attacking them for a long time, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And but that's why, like, I'm taking steps. Like, I don't plan. Like, me and my wife have conversations about how to school them. I'm doing homeschool. You know,
Oh, yeah, I did that last year with my daughter.
how did
That
that
was an
work
opportunity.
out?
Oh, yeah. Um, oh, look,
Eva James
my,
in the house.
it was, it was interesting. It was challenging. Um, and because they start off thinking that, you know, I'm I'm going to school with mom, so I can get away with certain things. And then, of course, when they can't, the shit hits the fan, and they realize pretty quick that, this is going to suck. It's, but I tried. Look, I tried to make it as fun and whatnot as possible. Um, and because we were at home, there was more of an onus to take her outside of the computer or whatever, and do things activities outside that are based on the school curriculum.
And see, that's dope. Too. Like I'm up in Michigan, and we got a couple groups.
Hi,
And
Eve. Hi, Kalani.
Kalani back in the building. I appreciate y'all coming back
I
rocking
was,
with.
I was just over there boogieing with him and Queen.
Oh, Kalani, I didn't even know I would have went over there. I didn't even know he was live. But the group that I'm planning on sending my son and daughter to, um, I used to teach self defense in the homeschooling program they had. And
Mm-hmm.
just the way they did it, the way they operate is retired school teachers who
Yeah,
actually teach the courses and they interact with other kids. It's like a group of 10 to 15 at a time. And they go
yeah.
from house to house to house. So it's like, um, it is a good group. And it's a lot of different groups like that in other states. And I think that's another resource that parents should look into. You know, not it's just
That sounds brilliant.
not, you know,
And so there's only like 10 people in or 10 kids in that one group.
yeah, it's like 10 to
That's
15.
important.
Yeah,
The
because
numbers are important.
it's a lot of one-on-one time, and like I said,
Mhm.
they friends anyway. It's like a little community, and it is a whole
Yeah.
bunch of it's a whole that's they not the only ones. There's like 4 or 5 other groups of people doing it, and then just looking on Facebook, is other people doing it in other states. So that's what I plan on doing because, like I said, the education system, I read too much. And I was looking at the history, and I'm looking like this wasn't built to educate kids. This was built to
Mm.
literally groom kids to
Impr-
be
imprison them.
imprison their mind because it takes like
Mm.
they don't got arts and crafts, they don't got vocational. So there's a lot of stuff they took out, but I'm talking about the structure of it. It was the school system was created to groom kids to become better workers in the workforce.
Workers, little
Even if you
worker
take it,
bees.
now think about this, even if you take it to the college level, you just
Mm.
specializing in something now. They don't teach you to become, um, they don't teach you to become like independent. They teach you to go get a
Yes.
job, get a degree, and go work for somebody. So
Mm.
like the whole school system to me is it was created to groom better workers. And then I mean, I don't know if y'all want to go down the rabbit hole, but
I'd love to.
when you look and see like in America, I can't speak for no other country, but in America, they didn't really solidify the school system until after all that gold was going after Fort Knox and we went to a debt. Our currency is backed by debt, not by gold or silver. Debt. Where's the debt coming from? The people. That's what our currency is back. It's right on the back of your dollar.
Right. Well,
So
but we're being, we're, I mean, this goes, yeah, you could go really, really deep on this. Hi, Rachel.
Blessings. Hey, everybody.
what
How
up,
you
Ray?
doing?
Here, listening.
Yeah, I mean, it go deep down the rabbit hole. The old
Yeah.
school system was created not to educate, but it was created to groom better workers. Even if you take it to a college level, it's to groom better workers.
Yep.
And Eve, I wish you was in that. I heard Eve talking about Dr. York the other day, and I wanted to
Mm.
jump up there, but I was listening to her. She actually got experience with Dr. York, like with the group of people, not like per se Dr. York herself, but she know people in that circle. And I thought it was interesting. And I wish she would have heard the conversation we was having in Nate's chat. I think that would have been interesting if she would have got up there and talked too. But there's a lot of great people with a lot of good information in this circle. Um,
I know it's great to see everybody working together.
yeah, and that's
Mm.
dope because I didn't think it was possible. I'm not gonna lie. Like looking at it, and I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I'm gonna just do what I do. But then, like I
Mm,
said, I ran across Nate, and he made me a believer. And then meeting
mm-hmm,
y'all, it made me an
mm-hmm.
even bigger believer. So that's why I said I'm 10 toes down. Let's do this. But
I
yeah,
was feeling the same way all last year. Like, what the heck? Am I gonna come across a panel that's like mine's or speaking about the same stuff I'm speaking about?
Yeah.
and it's hard because there's so many different panels out there. So many, like I said, there's so many great content creators with so much potential. Uh, but we all get distracted at times. So I mean,
Some
that's
of
the
them are
given.
selling the wrong message at the moment. At the
Yeah,
moment, there's
but
still a chance for them to turn it around.
yeah, you know what? I'm hearing a lot of content creators say that they turning it
Hmm.
around, that they ain't doing this, they
Yeah.
ain't doing that. So, like I said, I think it's shifted. I think it's the balance of power is about to shift. Um, and looking at history, that can be a good thing or a bad thing because usually when that happens, that's when the empire falls.
Mm.
That's the only bad thing. But I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes things have to be destroyed to be rebuilt the correct
Rebuilt.
way. Yeah.
That's
So,
right.
so destruction is not always a bad thing. But
No.
but
With destruction comes renewal.
yeah,
Yeah, they do got that phrase that says the harder you fall, the faster you get up.
yeah, it's like a bounce back.
Mm.
You know, it's like a bounce back. And but yeah, these kids, bro, that's that has to be a major focal point of us taking back. We just got to fight for our kids, and that don't look like asking nobody for nothing. We just need to start doing things for our. That's just my opinion. I mean, we need to just start doing things for ourselves, you know, as a community. But we got to come together to do that, and that's the hard part is getting everybody on one accord.
Well, I think you just start to form your own version of the community or your community, and you start from there. And certain people come in, and the word spreads. It's going to be slow. It's the old adage, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Facts. It takes time. Just like I said, when I first started, I thought I wasn't going to draw no attention. Took a year off, came back, and I noticed
Hmm.
people was paying attention to the videos. I was like, I sat down and talked to my people. I'm like, yo, when I was doing them, I only had but a few viewers. Step away for a year, and it's like, boom. I was like, oh, snap. And I'm trying to get back on my feet to the same thing because I'm like, I didn't know that I was going to draw the attention that I was going to draw.
Yeah.
And I think that's the that's the part that I had to get used to because like in most circles that I'm in is not a big conversation. Usually people just like to hear me talk, and like on here is a little different. You know, don't nobody know me. So even when I give information, like I'm not even like spilling half of the beans or the tea. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even giving 100% because it's like sometimes what I say go over people's head, and then people don't like to be talked down to. So um,
And that's
a lot of,
why the right people will come to you.
and that's what I'm
It's
learning.
almost you're manifesting the right people that
And
want they're happy to engage with what you're saying, and they get it.
and that's exactly what I'm running into now. Like you, Perp, Nate, just getting the right people, and just remembering it's not the quality. I mean, quantity is the quality. You want the right people around you. You don't want a
Yeah.
bunch of people around you that um, not working towards the same thing you working toward. And ultimately, I feel like us just as human beings should all be working towards the same thing. You know, peace,
Mm.
prosperity, them
Yeah.
P's, double P's.
Double P's. Hmm.
I'm still taking your trauma balls. I love that analogy.
I,
Um,
I'm I'm more than happy for you to do that.
I was telling my wife today, don't be throwing your trauma balls at me. She's like, I ain't got no
Oh,
balls.
oh, that's wild. That's good. Good. Keep using it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll spread.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really dope analogy. I'm gonna have to tell my sister that one, the psychologist.
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell her that when she go take it too. But
Oh yeah, psychologists love that sort of thing.
oh yeah, she like picking everything I say apart, and I love it
Hmm.
because, like I say, steel sharpens steel. But that's the thing too. Like she'll tell me if it's good, she won't even say nothing. But if she got an opinion, oh, she gonna break it down, baby, and I love that. She break it down. I'm talking about to the core, and I love it because that's the whole understanding I had of equity versus equality. Like my little sister,
Mm.
that I used to think of equality, like we want to be equal. Well, even if you equal, it's not equal because somebody might have a head start or more resources.
Hmm.
So to truly make it equal, you got to focus on the equality part, making sure people got the same opportunity to achieve the same goal, and that hasn't been done because we've been fighting for
Uh,
the wrong thing. We've been distracted, going for one thing. Okay, you can have this, and it don't work.
mm,
So even when we talking about kids in school, a lot of kids they don't have the same opportunities, even though they sitting in the same class. Some of them have less resources to work with. So who you think will have a better chance at passing? People with all the resources or the lack of resources? So even the conversations that need to be had from that standpoint, we need to focus more on the equity and not the equality.
and that's, and then it comes back to the one percenters and why I just want them, you know, um, dissolved, vanquished, like the demons that they are, uh, and distribute that wealth just across the board. Everyone gets the same. Um, I mean, all right. It's my version you know, of heaven. It's my version of um, a perfect society, a utopian society. Probably never going to happen, but I'd like for it to.
You want to hear something crazy? And this is just a thought.
Always.
I want you to think about it. It's just a thought. The only reason they rich is because we decide to make them rich.
Yeah.
What if we just said that money is worth nothing to us? I'm talking about the masses of people. That's not worth nothing to us.
Mm.
We decide
Uh,
what's valuable. We don't understand the power that we really have. We don't understand that. But like I said, it's easy because they keep us divided. If we all came together and said, "Look, we don't want to. We ain't working. We ain't paying taxes. What you gonna do?"
mm.
Like, do you think? Okay, they got a military. The military is us. Them our people.
Yeah.
All these things they use to scare us and keep us in line. It don't make sense. Like if you really truly think about it, like okay, the military. I'm talking about everybody come together and say, no, we're not doing this. They go send the military. No, them are our people. Those are our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, our dads, our moms. Them are our people.
Mhm. Yeah. They can't shoot everybody.
No, man, they can't. They can't do nothing. Well, they only can do what we allow them to do. That's
Yeah.
the only
And
thing you can do.
we witnessed that, when we were going through the major flu over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Um, you know, everybody was scared, and they just simply, like, particularly over here, I was quite nonplussed as to what the hell my people were doing, and fighting over who's got the jab, who doesn't. And it's like you're missing the bloody point.
Yeah.
Let's work together because there is, a common denominator here that's always standing in the way of us attaining, any peace in our lives, any unity. It's a government.
And like I said, we truly don't understand the power that we hold. We don't. If we come together, but they keep us distracted, they keep us separated from one another. Um, and if we, it'll be a blink of an eye to change. It'll be a blink of an eye. They can't do nothing. There ain't nothing they can do. There's
Mm.
nothing they can do. If we decide to say, you know what, nope, enough is enough, there's nothing they can do. What you gonna nuke the world? Like what you gonna do? Nothing. And it don't make sense to me. Like people, we don't understand that. Things are so simple. We complicate life. That's how simple life is. We complicate it. We find ways to complicate it. We use philosophy. We use ideologies to complicate things.
Mm-hmm.
We do things to make ourselves fit in this box. And that box was created. So guess what we can do? We can create our own boxes. But we don't do that. We don't do that. That's why I said I don't want to take y'all deep down the rabbit holes, and I'm trying not. Um, I'm trying not to, but it's just the way
Hey, I'm good with the rabbit hole. I've
it
been
is.
down a few warrens in my time.
But like if you okay, like so think of it like this, right? Um, we are the masses. We have the numbers. How do they control that? They use our emotions. The biggest one is fear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a deep emotion that we don't even explore because it's not just, oh, I'm afraid, it's the lack of. When you feel like someone is going to take, even on this app, right? Like I hear people say, oh, you're taking my subs. Like, hold on, bro. There's over 1 billion people on this planet. What, how are you going to take somebody's subs? Like, that don't make sense. Like,
Uh,
it's
and
over.
and there's such a thing as people having their own mind. If they want to go with a particular creator, then they'll just go.
But people will do stuff to sabotage someone else to keep something that's not theirs. Like that concept has translated over to YouTube. They did that like if you talk about like neighborhoods, right?
Mm.
Like when you really think about this, half the time people die for neighborhood for block wars. They don't even own the house they stand in, let alone
Then
the
what?
block.
Then what is that about? Other than you know this bullshit concept of what's mine is mine, and I'm not I'm not going to share it with anybody, even though
It,
it's not yours. What
like
what's the
oh,
thinking there?
it,
Other than greed and selfishness?
starting to realize how it's divided against itself, cannot stand change. Yes, and
We are
yeah,
absolutely. Well,
I
I'm
feel,
I'm not even in America, but I just feel globally we're in some, yeah, like you said, prequel to
yeah,
something, some
we in a,
sort of change, and it's been coming for a few years, and you can almost hear, you can feel the change in the air.
can I
We've
tell
been
you?
warned. We just haven't listened.
Mm,
And this is what I tell people:
yeah.
don't be shocked when the way it happens though to change. Because just like I told you that I seen Craig punching a horse, I seen it. It's go reset. I'm telling you, it's go reset.
When
We
people wake up and realize there's more of us than them, that shit is going to change, but they're not. I think I forgot who said it once. I think her name was CC CC. I forgot her name. She died. She spoke on Colin Kaepernick. She was a celebrity, older lady. She did a couple of Tyler Perry movies. I forget her name, but she spoke on it. Like, we've been warned by not just celebrities, by people, movies, books, or elderly. We just don't want to wake up and smell the coffee.
And people, you ever heard of the five monkey experiment?
The five monkey experiment.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe refresh my memory.
No,
I'll tell you if I have or not.
they tell this a lot in like business courses or like business classes, but
Would it be something taught in psychology?
I think it is taught in psychology. Yeah, because there's usually a therapist. I mean, like one of the analysts who come in and talk to the company is usually them people who tell it. Um, so
Okay.
this is the way it goes. They took five monkeys, right? They put them in this room, and they put a banana at the top of the room with a ladder. And when one of the monkeys went up to take the banana, they sprayed the other four monkeys. So they punished the four monkeys who didn't go get the banana. So the next time when they put the banana up and the monkey tried to get it, the four monkeys pulled
They
down.
attacked. They
Yeah,
attacked the monkey.
because they knew if he got to that banana, they was gonna get punished.
They're all fucked.
So they took one of the monkeys out, and when they took one of the monkeys out, when they put the banana there, the monkey who has never been sprayed went for the banana. And
Mm-hmm.
before they sprayed the water, you know what the other monkeys did? They attacked that monkey.
Killed the monkey, I imagine.
They attacked it.
Mm,
So now they replaced all the monkeys. So the monkeys in the tank now never experienced getting sprayed by the water.
yeah.
But they was conditioned to the point when they seen a monkey going for the banana, they didn't even know what was going to happen. They just knew they couldn't let the monkey get to the banana.
Mm.
And that's what they do on us. Every time you get a
Well,
leader,
there's been loads of like CIA
COINTEL,
experiments. Yeah.
take you down another rabbit hole after you finish your statement.
Good. Um, where they've done similar things, like the monkey. I had never heard of the monkey one, but I've heard of them conducting that sort of experiment on humans, and it's cruel and just so mind blowing that that was even allowed. Um,
Now check this out.
Humans are fucked sometimes.
Yeah. Are we not? Now check this
Mm,
out. World War II, right?
mm-hmm.
Over in Germany, we heard of ghettos, projects, right? You know where the
Yeah.
first project was? In Germany.
No.
In Germany, they put the Jews in a high rise, and they called it the project. And this was the project. They put the
Mm-hmm.
Jews in there. This is before the concentration camps, but they put the
Yeah.
Jews in there, and they gave them limited resources.
Right.
And you know what happened, right? Everybody kicked that primal instinct, survival mode kicked in. So
I
they sit
can.
there and watched how they interacted. These
Mm,
people were family, friends, but they had to survive. So they had to do what they had to do. They hurt one another. They stole from one another. They cheated one another. And
mm.
after World War II ended, guess where a lot of those scientists came? It's called Project Paperclip. They brought them over here. So
Oh,
a lot of
I
the
have
things
heard of Project Paperclip.
Paperclip. Yeah, what up, Nate? So
Hey, hey, brother Nate.
a lot of the social engineering experiments that they did on the Jews, they brought
Mm,
it over here, and they've been doing it ever since. They've been doing it ever since. That's where we got the ghettos from. That's where we got the projects from. And if you look at every ghetto, what is it? It's people with limited resources trying to survive.
yes.
That is systematically done. That's what I'm trying to tell people. And every time a ghetto builds itself up, they take it away. That's where you get the
Mm.
riots from.
You don't want the people to have too much power.
No,
You don't
no.
want the people to have too much knowledge.
You know,
Mm-mm.
somebody that's getting on a lot of backlash for speaking about stuff like this that you're speaking about is a rapper called Tom McDonald's, and I speak a lot about that
Oh,
man.
I love Tom. Love Tom.
He had a lot of lashback because of him speaking about all of this stuff that we're speaking about right now in his music.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
you know,
but
to be
they can't cancel him because he's a self-made man.
He owes his old label.
Yeah, that's the beauty of not being owned by, a corporation or, just anybody. If you make it yourself, they can't take it away from you.
but I'll be honest with you, they probably can't take it away from you. But if they feel there be no consequence or no repercussion,
Mm.
the term I like to use is they'll just knock your noodles out.
Mm.
He made a song. He made a song that he feared for his life. Like he made a song about it.
Like
Yeah,
even like
I'm
even
not
talking to
I'm
y'all
not
right now.
suicidal.
Mm,
Hi, Alan. Welcome
Alan,
back.
appreciate you coming back, bro. Yeah, Nate the Greater here, Alan, Rachel, Eva was there. Man, I'm
Yeah.
blessed.
Blessings, everybody.
Kalani,
Kalani,
very
oh
cool
yeah,
people.
never forget Kalani. Kalani, I mean, like I'm telling you, man. Nate, Kalani, you, Lovey, Papa, Pop.
Oh,
I can't even say enough about Pop. I call Pop. I call him Pops, man. Um,
he's my pops.
yeah, just a great. I mean, every time I think about y'all, man, I get a little choked up. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all my people, man. Y'all really are. I really appreciate y'all. But yeah, that's why I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of stuff. That's why I said. That's why I talk the way I talk. I don't be
Mm.
trying to say too much because I mean, I could sit here and we could just talk all day and I could spill some beans, but I'm not protected. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. I know stuff looks like accidents. Um, so yeah, people who can make an impact, even Michael Jackson. You know, look at what they started doing to him when he took all his masters back. When he woke up and started realizing how much power he had and the influence that he can actually have and the impact that he can have. Nah, they didn't want that, but they couldn't just take him out. They had to discredit him. They had to make that man look bad. So I mean, it's a lot of little tactics they use, but ultimately, if they feel it ain't no consequence or repercussion, they just gonna knock your noodles out.
I think the same thing is happening to Kanye.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about Ye the other day, weren't we?
Yeah, and see, even that, right? He he even showed I think he did that to show you um that no one's untouchable. He knew what was about to happen to him. I think he knew it. He had to know it. If he was
Mm.
that
I think they
naive,
used his kids against him, and I think that's what's got him.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it's his kids that they're using against him right now.
His wife has one of his
That lady
daughters.
evil as shit. I don't care who gets mad at me, but Kim Kardashian, like her first
Oh,
victim was Ray J and Brandy. I'm sorry.
yes, yes, 100,000%. Yes.
like bro, when they came out and said what her mama did, I'm looking like y'all don't please.
Mm-mm.
Your mama watching pornos, like come
Pimp,
on now,
pimping her
Hmm.
daughter out.
watch it. Like I couldn't.
Gross.
I got a daughter now, right? Let me see a video of her doing some stuff like that. I'm snapping on the world. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, something is not wired right. But look, I'm not trying to be funny and no knock against nobody. I love everybody. I truly do. But that dude
Mm.
waited. He was what in the 60s to have a sex change. Like, bro, that's a midlife
Oh,
crisis, bro.
yeah.
I
Like,
was confused
And
for him
and
because I
that,
could understand if you was born a hermaphrodite. I get it. I don't know if a
mm,
lot of people know what that
yeah,
is, but to
that's
wanna,
too.
yeah, you have an option there. But
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, but it's true. Like I don't care who
Yeah.
gets mad.
Yeah. That's yeah. You got a choice.
and that's what I said. Like, I don't. I'm just saying, like, why you wait till you get that old to do all that? Like, and then how public you made it. It's like that to me was a show. I'm sorry, that was a show. I think a lot of stuff they put on. Look, they call it TV program. I'm gonna shut up before I get JFK. But they call it TV program for a reason. Like the stuff they write in
Mm,
our face and we don't understand it. Everything on TV
hmm.
is scripted. Anything they put on there is scripted. Why you think
Right.
they only put things that really resonate with your lower vibration emotions? They don't put happy-go-lucky stories on the news. They put stuff to get you to have a negative emotional reaction. That's what they put up there.
And then at the end, when you're all anxious and like the case for me, when I'm watching the news and I'm anxious and then I start crying and I feel like I want to, crawl into the fetal position, then they'll put fucking puppies on at the end. Okay, for the last 2 seconds. Here you go. Here's some puppies. That should make you feel better.
We need
Yay.
we need to start watching Australian news because we don't even get puppies over here. They
Don't you
don't give
get puppies?
nah,
Ah,
they don't give us
that
puppies.
sucks.
We don't have Ryder. I don't know if you know what spotted dick is, but it's a we don't get none of the cool stuff over here. We get all the doom and gloom. But that's what I'm saying. But we got channels. So that I might start another channel just to do that, just to highlight normal people, normal good people. Just show
That
like it's
sounds
in this world.
brilliant.
I did that with my Twitter. That's what I used to do on Twitter. I would
Yeah.
literally at first it was just tr- trying to get a whole bunch of followers, and then like when they added the video thing there, I used to go around and when I meet somebody, just greeting me, no matter what they did. I had so many fast food workers on my Twitter, and they was like, "Man,
Mm.
you done got me 100 followers. You got me 200 followers, people." You know, and I'm like, I was just because you was nice. I just
Ah,
wanted to validate the way you
but then
greeted.
that's but then when you get too good at doing things like that, that's when you get cancelled. Somebody will dig deep into history to find something that you've said that's controversial and that you perhaps can't come back from.
Mm,
And, you know,
nah, even with
next
me,
thing, you're dead.
I say
Um,
Well, my
even
life
they,
with
they,
me,
pu- they pull it all the time.
and I think that's bullshit. I think, look, this is the fact. People say fucked up, stupid shit all the time. It is what it is. If I said something in my past and you bring it back and people say cancel me, I'm gonna tell them to go fuck off. Flat. I don't care what you think. Okay, I said that. Like, think about it. People have said this 4 or 5 years ago, and what am
Mm,
I apologizing for? Like, I said it because that's what I meant at that time. Do my view. Why
mhm.
do you even care what I think? Why is it so important? This is what I'm saying. We let them do things. Why is it important? Like, really think about this. Who really cares what Kanye West think about Jewish people? I don't. It don't affect my life.
I don't know. It doesn't change my sleep patterns, that's
No,
for sure.
I don't care what people think about Nate the Great. What up?
Hello, Nate the Great.
blessings, blessings.
Which one of y'all have my name in your mouth again? That's I'm messing with you. Yeah, what's going on, y'all?
I was talking about you behind your back earlier.
I
Ooh,
kind of figured that. That's why I was smelling pork bacon when I came up here. It's all right.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Where's my brekkie?
Where Brecky is where your T-shirt is at in the mailbox.
what is that? I'm sorry.
well,
Brekkie.
breakfast. That's how she calls
Australian
breakfast.
sort of colloquialism for breakfast.
Okay. My
Well, I
bad.
want lunchy. I don't want to hear that shit. Like,
What?
shit. I want lunchy. I don't want no dinner.
Now the comedy can begin.
Now the comedy comes in.
There is no
Boy.
comedy. We gonna ain't no thank God. That damn it. Don't use me for comedy relief in here. Stop talking about my uncle Kanye West, son. Word the blood on Crip. Stop playing with me, son.
Well,
Bro, the first time I
are we
heard you
not
say,
first things first? Are we supposed to not call him Ye and not Kanye anymore?
I call him what the hell I want to call him. That's my damn uncle, man. If I want to call him, if I gotta call him Cleotis, his name is Cleotis, nigga. Shit.
bro, the first time I heard you say that, I'm like, hold on, blood or crip? What one? Hold on, what? I was confused, bro. I'm like, hold on, like, what did he just say?
That's how you know when you fuck up a whole hood real quick. I went in the spot where one side is literally his blood's on one angle, and on the other end is the Crip angle. And then I sat there and came down the block and said, "Word to blood up Crip." Both sides is like, "What the fuck?" They was like, "Yo, hold up, what? Yo, bro, what you said again?" I was like, "Word to Crip on blood." Nigga said, "Wait, what?" Yo, son, I can't fuck with you, son. Like, go on about your business. Like you a clown for that one. We'd have killed somebody else for that one, but you just the way you said it, nigga. I had to make sure you said it twice. Yeah, you know I had to fuck with y'all, nigga. I'm the first bloody Crip out here. What's wrong with y'all, nigga? He was in there crying like, "Yo, you ain't shit, man." Like,
You know what's crazy though? Like, I grew up in Detroit, so it is not no real blood or crip sets here.
yeah,
But I had family who was blood and crip, and I didn't even know they was beefing until I got older. Like the family was always cool, you
yeah,
know. I didn't know. I just knew, he was crip and he was blood. But then when I got older, I'm like, oh, y'all was supposed to be shooting at each other and shit. Like, what the
yeah.
hell? Like,
But not everybody going to do that because I know most of them, like I said, know most of you, like it's almost the same way, but see, it's a difference. So you're like, I was about to say, it's almost like with the quote unquote BDs and the GDs. Half of them motherfuckers is family. But if they ain't first cousins, they literally brothers. And I'm like, yo, y'all killing each other for what?
right.
Over a set, over some territory you really don't own.
Good point.
And that's what I was just saying. Like, bruh, like these people fight. Bruh, I'm getting blessed tonight, bruh. I'm
Oh,
getting
what's
blessed.
going on here?
Not only is Kalani on the panel, I had Eva, I got Alan here, bro. I'm blessed, man. Y'all blessing the brother.
Wow.
Y'all blessing the brother. I appreciate you coming up. What up, Kalani?
Hey, salute,
Hello.
salute everybody. Thank you, Word. Thank you for having me, man. Salute, Nate. How you doing, man?
What's
I
good,
think you're
man?
going to have to turn your mic up a little bit. Kalani?
Can you hear me? Can you
No,
guys hear me?
yeah, we can hear you now.
Still really low, honey.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
How's
Yeah,
that?
it's a bit better.
All right. Hey, thanks for having me, man. I'm just listening along. Hold on.
I appreciate you coming up.
Is that better? Is that better? Can you guys hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All
so
right.
much better.
Salute. Hey, man, salute to you, the Word. Love the conversation. I think America is moving in a different direction, like you were speaking on. Rachel, I like what you're talking about. I'm just kind of like getting into what you got going on. Perp, everybody loves you. You're just like, for real. You know what I'm saying? And Nate, man, shout out,
I
salute to my
appreciate
brothers,
you.
you know what I mean, for doing what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently I just missed the video this morning, but it wasn't even a bad video, but I think you took the wrong video, honestly. But it didn't matter. It was Popcorn that put something on his other page earlier this morning. I think he had one of my videos. I forgot which one it was. But he basically was touching up. It was basically like a community shift. Like that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a shift in the community because there's too much going on. At some point, you got to realize it's not a fucking race thing. It's do you stand up for what's right, or do you just fall back and let everything happen?
You know what? I got an analogy, y'all. I look at
Oh,
our I
we
look
like
at our
analogies.
I like our YouTube space, like looking at it like a city. Within a city, you got the downtown area. You know what I'm saying? You got the urban area, you got the suburbs, then you got the rural areas, and then you got counties and regions, right? And that's how
Yeah,
I think people move in circles. You know what I mean? Like if you're in a small community, then you don't tend to go downtown as much unless you need to go shopping or something like that. So that's how I look at like communities like this that's outside of the bigger channels and
yeah,
create your own circle. And that, just touching on your point, word, that is what's going to be the difference maker, moving into our next cycle. You know what I mean? For real.
And you know what? Building on what you just said, that's why I always say I want the quality over the quantity, because that was a great analogy. And
Mm-hmm.
like thinking about that, that's how I navigate now. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I
good boy.
navigate because we got everything. You know, if you need the pasta, I go to Nate. You know, we need to learn about what we need to be focusing aware on the kids. I'm gonna go to Ryder. You know, music, you pops and Nate. You know, any
Oh, you're
form of
such a
entertainment, we got it all.
hey,
You know, Eva.
hey.
You know, if you want to go to that downtown, Eva more of the downtown type. So, you go over to Eva, you get some of that smoke and come
yeah.
back. You know what I'm saying? But even the way she do it, it's classy. You know, um, like even Miss 504. You know, you go over there, you go get some information from her, and she go get some of that
Good
flamethrower
boy.
smoke. So I mean, she
Yeah.
not part of the community, but like you said, you go downtown to
Yeah,
shop for a minute and come back.
yeah.
Actually, I think
It's a good
damn, I
boy.
don't know if she's part of the community, but I
Mm.
I think she chimed in on the. I think she chimed in on my earlier lives though. I think she'd be catching, but like I said, I expect certain ones with over 10,000 subs not to catch my ass. So it is what it is.
And
But
Nate,
sometimes
that's
she do like if I tell her certain, like, if I say certain shit, she'll be like, I gotta go back and watch it. So I know even if she don't really comment, it don't matter. I know she watched it though. She caught wind of it. 'Cause
yeah, Alan. You more than welcome to come up here, bro. You part of the fam. You part of the fam, bro. You come up here, bro. Um, we just kicking it, and
Yeah,
this.
I'm listening and chopping cutting my dog's toenails as we speak.
oh,
Wow.
nobody wants toe jam. Nobody wants toe jam on the panel. Come on, put the clippers down.
My baby needs his toes cut, his toenails, don't you? Yeah.
Oh.
All right, carry on.
But yeah, that shift go occur, and when it do, we gonna be in position. And Kalani, I don't know if they gave
Mhm.
you the where is what you call it at Craig.
I don't know. But I didn't get no. I checked my email. I even checked the spam. I didn't get nothing on my end. So
I think I can send it to you. I don't know if I get. I don't know if he gave access to anybody to do it, but I think I should be able to send it to you. But
Can you drop the link for Alan again,
oh yeah,
please?
my
Right.
bad. Yeah, yeah, I gotta help her. And then I need to link up. I want to link up with biracial too because she got some talents. Did you see her intro that she
yeah,
made? She got some talents, man. That's what I'm saying. We got some talented people in the circle, and then I mean I'm learning off of Kalani and Pops and you on how to help promote. Um, so it's a lot of information that can be exchanged and shared. A lot of insight and wisdom too. Even though
chiming,
Pop,
chiming in on that, chiming in on that. That's why I like the community that's coming together because it really is about promotion. It's about getting eyes that we meet, people on in our community. When we talk to them and they ask us what we do in our spare time, what are our hobbies, you know, we're on YouTube and we invite them from our community to YouTube to our community. And then boom, that's how we grow.
and and
No,
then create.
I'm just bombarding everything. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm bombarding everything. I told y'all I was tired of y'all sitting there beefing on this internet. Let me show y'all how to do this, son.
Oh,
It's like,
Right.
I don't know how to beef. I don't know
you
how to.
lying, you lying. Look, don't lie to me, man. Don't lie to me, man. Listen, don't lie to me.
I do not know
Nah,
how. I am the worst. I am the worst. That's why I'm all about like chill, chat, promote,
Yeah.
and support. You know what I mean? I like what the word is talking about, man. Like word,
Yes.
you deep, man. And Nate, you deep with it, man. Like you for real. You be like, take off your shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Better respect. I'm gonna fly you out of here. You know what I mean? Like, man, you feel me? And
nah,
then
you gotta keep it
Rachel,
real, bro.
I'm checking you out, Miss Rachel. I'm like, I want you to promote your channel.
Yeah, she definitely going. Like I said, I respected that, and that's why I gave her flowers earlier too, because it's not too many parents that's really trying to get on that forefront and fight on that type of situation. Like everybody just want to cry and bitch and complain, but they ain't trying to really put the foot forward. She's actually putting the foot forward, and I can respect that.
I'm trying to promote my channel. I'm just not like I'm doing it the way I started because before I used to just go on channels and just have a conversation with the chat and get to know them.
Mm.
When I when people started finding out I had a channel, it was kind of like I couldn't get the real out of people. I don't know if y'all understand me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, we get it
Hmm.
because I seen, like I said,
Yeah,
you
I
came from a
understand.
specific chat.
Like I don't mind promoting my channel. It's just that I want people to see me for me. Not I'm not into it for the clicks and views. Like if it was like that, I would have really fought hard when I first started. I'm just here to share a story and get a message across, and hopefully I can get signatures on my petitions and stuff like that. Like
Is
talk
that
to other
Alan?
people.
That's
Like
Alan. I'm being blessed, man. Y'all blessing me.
Hi, Alan. Thank you for coming up.
the first year I did all
Thank you
this, I
for
even
inviting me. How y'all doing?
What's
Doing
going
great.
on, man?
We're great. Good to have you.
Nah, but you know what,
Hello.
Rachel? I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Hold on. Let
already
me
see
turn off my
where you
YouTube
coming
in the
from.
back. Hold on.
I already see where you coming from. Like I said, you almost like in a like-minded state where everybody else is at. Like I told somebody, like somebody was, oh, why you don't get the likes up? How could you not like the live? I don't care about the likes because likes don't really mean shit. It's about the views. But
yeah.
then again, it's about who's actually watching. You, like I said, some people might not like what the hell you saying, so they ain't gonna hit no like button. But they
Yep.
watched
Mm.
at home something, so that's the most important thing. I don't care about that shit. If I really cared
You
about it,
shouldn't.
I'd have followed everybody that gave me some sort of advice while I even started doing my first lives. I would have listened to everything they said. But then again, you
Mm.
can only do what works for you. Shit.
Right.
Yeah, whatever feels organic for you.
Oh,
And I think
organic
leg
food.
drops and choosing violence is definitely yeah, it's marketable.
Absolutely. I recommend choosing violence at least once a day.
I think
Uh,
it's trying to snow on my end. What the hell again? Are you? That's
But
starting to rain. Oh
but
shit!
look at
Hey.
us all here. We've managed to find each other. We have
Yeah.
we're floating on the same sort of wavelength. Um,
mhm.
good things are coming. Just I don't know. Sit tight, people. Keep talking. Keep sharing.
Yeah, we're gonna keep sharing. We're gonna beat this up. But see, you know what I was saying last night and what I was saying earlier is the truth. I like what I've come to build even outside of this. Like I
Hmm.
said,
Hmm.
I'm trying to. Like I told somebody, I said I don't give a damn if you guys. Like I said, some of the people that's in my community, some of these people got more than 1,000 subs, 2,000. I don't care about that. I just promote good people. And I do what I
Yeah.
see
Indeed.
fit, especially those who've been showing love too. Whether they showing love on a daily or not, they still, even if it's a replay, like, yo, damn, I missed the live, my bad, but yo, I'm catching the replay. That's even more important.
Mm.
And somebody just shared me out. I think it's somebody I just got a new sub. She just shared me out immediately. So that just goes to show you sometimes you're gonna have like-minded people like, yo, go listen to this brother.
Yo, do you have a charger? Change my phone's
Yeah.
about to die.
How you doing, brother
Oh,
Alan?
really? What's good,
I'm
Al?
doing fine, and everyone on the panel. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all.
What's
Salute.
good, man? Right?
Salute to you.
It's starting to rain. Yes. I might have an easy night, y'all. I'm still at work.
Oh, shit.
um, so it's finished snowing there, Nate.
It's
Nah,
snow.
we didn't get no snow at all. It was actually, I thought it was starting to snow because it came down light. I'm like, oh,
Mm.
we might get a little fake snow. We did get some flurries the other day, but nothing crazy. It's still too warm out here. Right now, even though it's trying to rain, it's not even fucking cold out here. And it's supposed to be only, it's only 32 degrees I'm looking at right now on my phone. Maybe 35. I'm looking at it again. No way
Oh
you
wow.
going to tell me it's not cold. I'm not even
Well,
blowing smoke out of my mouth.
that's well. I mean, that's kind of cold here. That's roughly 0 degrees Celsius.
But then guess what?
That's a bit
It's
nipply,
the
I have to
humidity.
say.
Look, but it's the humidity. Right now,
Yeah.
matter of fact, I'm lying. It's 40 degrees in New York City, but the humidity is saying 60 right now. So right now, it would feel like a quote unquote spring evening. It's not too
Oh.
cold. It ain't too warm, and it's
Mm.
not supposed to be like this at this time of the month. I remember that.
I like when you pull out the quote unquote. Yes.
And that was a message from our hood weatherman, Nate the Great.
For the next 7 days, you might get hell on earth. Please make sure you bring your hottest umbrellas and bring your holy water and bring your blunts and your tasers just in case.
Wow. Okay. Oh.
It could get a little crucial out there. Like,
Look, I'm interested in something because I know Kalani. I don't know for a fact, but I think you and Alan older than me. I'm only 38.
Hmm.
I am
I'm
39
I'm
years old. I'm gonna be 40 in July. So
40 in July.
What?
I'm 52.
50. So look, my question is this: to my older brother, what do y'all see? Like what? Like I think we have to change the way we think to effectively come together and and do make positive strides. Like what's y'all insight? What do y'all think we need to work on? Because like even building this community, we still need tools to maintain what we have. So that's why I always like to ask, the older people, people older than me rather, not older, but people who older than me because y'all been here a lot longer. So y'all seen different things that I haven't even seen yet. So um, I'm interested in y'all insight.
Would that be
okay.
who's the oldest person here?
That'll be you first, and then Alan.
Okay. All right.
You know what? I think moderation is the key when you're growing up or when you're maturing. Moderation. Do things in moderation with an understanding of that evolution. I mean, that just takes time and you'll grow into that because you'll practice your habits. Like as you go through experiences, you'll observe things and then experience things, and then you'll gain something from each of those experiences. But once you gain whatever it is, that's wisdom. So the next time that situation comes upon you as you're getting older, you'll know how to deal with it. And it won't be the same way every time. And I mean, that's the first thing. Moderation would be like the key to, sustenance on YouTube, especially, or any business, not just YouTube. But I look at YouTube like a chess, you know what I mean? Like chess. Everybody, there's a king and a queen of your channel. There's a bishops on each side. There's knights on each side, and each side has a rook. And they all have pawns in front of them to protect their channel. And how you move is how your channel grows.
All right.
That was Jules. That was Jules.
bars, nigga, bars.
Who fell off? Platt.
Oh, Yeah, the
Oh,
toenail
flat
clippings
foot.
got her again.
Oh, well, okay. I guess I'm next. Well, basically, I'm still a little bit young to this YouTube thing, but I have gotten to it in 2016. I was just kicking back, just watching everything, not even getting into it, just make an occasional video here and there. But as far as just trying to chase something on, I haven't thought about it. I'm just like kicking back, you know what I'm saying? Just staying optional. That's it. You keep your options open. That's the type of person I
And see, that's
am.
good. That's always good though, keeping your options open because like when you like even with Kalani said, moderations, um, that's a form of keeping your options open too. Be open to new things. So that's even deep too. That's, and see, that's why I like having discussions because everybody got different insights. So everybody brings something to the table, different ways to look at things.
I ain't bringing nothing but weed, nigga, and the snacks. I don't know what you're talking about, son. I just
And,
came in to support y'all niggas. That's
right?
it.
Yeah,
That's all. Nah,
we
but it is the truth though, because like I was saying, I didn't really look at it. Yeah, everybody was saying it to a degree, but I really didn't look at it. So I took a step back outside and overall looked at what I did. And I'm like, well, damn, this little bit of a spark really made a difference. So I'm glad that I could be part of it to a degree because I already see I got certain people even using certain content as a blueprint. But it just goes to show people you can come on here and build no matter what it is you doing. Like I said, I got gamers, mukbangers, everybody from my damn community.
did you say
Everybody got
mother
the
bangers?
same thing in here.
I know you ain't say mother bangers.
No, mukbangers, like
Oh,
Tay, like the food
Oh,
channel.
like the meals.
Yeah, mukbangers, mukbang.
Okay.
Like all the I got mukbang reviewers, gamers. Come on, I got a little bit of everybody. Some of my people is from the beef sector, but they really with the smokes. Like shoot, so but they've been riding with me anyway too because anytime I popped in one of their live panels or even if I'm in the chat and they talking about something, I might be cutting up, but I'm always bringing some sort of gem or some sort of jewel.
Right.
and I think that's what's missing. And that's why I was attracted to you. Like the first time I came to your channel, we was just playing music. I'm like, oh no, he playing the jam. And then I caught you that morning. I'm like, hold on, man, it's the same dude who's playing the music. And I'm looking like this old Martin Luther King wrapped in Jadakiss body. He talking mother like I like this dude. But no, it was inspiring and like the first two lives I caught of Nate's. He inspired me to make the first couple videos I made. Listening to him talk inspired me, and it's like even that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do enough of that. We don't build each other up the way we supposed to. We don't congratulate. We don't give each other the flowers that we should. And that's what I'm trying to make normal too. But that's just naturally me. I don't expect nothing out of nobody. So when people do stuff for me, it like is a greater feel of gratitude I have. I don't know if
I,
that makes sense.
no,
Yeah,
that
I
makes
do.
sense because you're trying to bring two generations together. You know what I'm saying? Without any BS. So you're
Yeah.
gonna have to go to people that really do want change instead of just sticking around with people that just sit on their hands all through life. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's why I was telling somebody too. Like when it came to me, I didn't. The only thing I really wanted in particular, and I still stood to that,
Mhm.
was just speaking on the things that are going on that we seeing day in and day out, whether it's being publicized or not. Like what I was saying this morning about the situation with the no. No real woman would leave a kid away from their father for 26 years and have them thinking that that father didn't give two shits about them.
Right.
Stuff like that you always gonna get because you got people right now. Like one of the ladies that came in this morning said she just found her father after 51 years and
Yeah.
found out she had a whole list of family that she didn't even know about. So see, like I said, when it comes to my platform, like I said, I try to just tell everybody, you be yourself, man. And sometimes whatever you bring, depending on what you bring, because we know some things you can't bring because these fools will try to troll it. But then again, when there's stuff that you know you can't really troll, bring it because that could be an inspiration for somebody that's going through something. That's why I said when I drop them links, I don't drop it just for myself.
Right.
That's true. Shit, I met my siblings before I met my dad. I still haven't even met my real father.
Crazy.
That man somewhere out there.
Exactly. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Like, shoot.
I mean, I know about him. I know everything about him. Seen pictures, but seen the man, felt a hug from the man, nothing. Like I haven't seen him, never. And I'm 33 right now, so
Yeah, because like my mother's father, may he rest in peace. That's one of the grandfathers I didn't meet. He was a Rolling Stone. The other grandfather was married to my grandmother until he passed away in the house. So
I,
the other, that's what I'm saying.
I don't
Like
blame him
that,
though.
those
I don't blame
I
my dad.
never got a chance to meet not one of them. I've
Hey,
heard stories about them, but never got a chance to really meet them.
See, now that I'm older, I'm not mad at the situation though because I understand the situation. But when I was younger, I was lied to. Like shit, my mom told me some dude was my dad. I believe that man was my dad. Ended up with a stepdad. So I'm a survivor. Story on my
Yeah,
page. So basically, on that is like after all that came out, my relationship with my mom kind of went sideways. I was already a teenager when all that came out. So it was like I wanted to know who I was. Like I wanted to run towards my dad my whole life and I couldn't. Like maybe that man could have saved me from what happened to me. And my mom never understood that. Like you was head like you was so focused on your vengeance, on your anger with him that you let us suffer. And she never saw that part.
yeah.
Like, you were so angry at him. Like you prefer to lie to us and let us go through hell.
hey, you know what? I just want, let me interject real quick. Hey, Rachel, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey, I can really relate to you because I I too am like that, and I'm 52,
I
so it's
went from
like,
wanting to spit on that man's grave to understanding the story though. Like people don't see that. Like parents put a rage in us that we don't need in us. Like give us the opportunity to get to know our others. Like if he's a bad person, well let us see if he's bad. If they're good, let us see if they're good. Don't just sit here and make up a story thinking that it's going to save you from your past because you cannot cover the sun with one finger.
no,
Exactly.
where I was going with it was like not knowing my real father, like having a stepfather, but my story is a little different. Uh, but I can relate to you as far as like not having like your real, you know, and when I was coming up, you know what I mean? I always was like, man, you know what I'm saying? My dad, he didn't even care enough to like see what's up, like check at no time. Like you. Like I ain't never talked to the man. I ain't never
But see,
seen him. Got
mine's
kids,
tried,
and I
mine's
got
tried,
kids.
and I never knew.
Huh?
Mine's tried, and I never knew.
Yeah, man. I mean, my mom never really he never spoke on me. I mean, but I'm just saying, it's a long story for both of us, but I just wanted to let you know real quick that I relate to you with that because I'm like that as well. But our stories may be a little different, but
Yeah, I
man,
understand.
I can relate to you, man.
But I believe as a mother, you shouldn't lie to your kids about their parent. Like my whole life, when I found out that I lived right next to half my family in the hood, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, I made a video on that. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, is y'all like really high out y'all minds to the point that y'all don't see? What if I would have gotten in a relationship with one of my male cousins? What if it was my brother? Like, lucky that I met my brother as a teenager before I met my father. And then we're so mixed that it's not even a joke. I'm sitting here, I'm like, this man is mixed. Like, you can't even, like, it's just crazy. I'm walking by my cousins my whole life, never knew he was cousins, is my point. Like, how does that happen? Like, you walking around your whole family and you don't even know that's your family. Y'all
But you
say hi
know,
to each other, y'all become friends, but y'all thinking y'all just friends, but y'all related. It's the funny part.
I
you
can
know,
tell you this right now. I can tell you this right now. I had multiple fights coming up youngin because I was fighting people not finding out or not realizing that was first, literally first cousins and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all because of certain things that took place on my father's side. And it wasn't so much as it was just whatever they was trying to feed, it didn't work because the narrative was trying to push it like it was all on my mom's, but it wasn't. So like my thing was it was certain situations I'm not even knowing these are my first cousins and me and them scrapping. Like, come on, like, and it'd be like that sometimes because the sad part about it is my uncle had to be the fucking fair one to say, yo, y'all niggas ain't gonna be doing this shit and y'all first cousins. Y'all gonna cut that shit out. It's like, the fuck? What you mean we cousins? Like, fuck out of here. Like, I wasn't even trying to hear that shit. Like, nah. You said some foul shit about my mom, but then even when my cousin really realized what the whole story was, he had to take that shit back. And he was like, yo, cousin, like, seriously, like I said, like, look, nigga, we all found out certain shit, but certain shit was kept from us because we was still young at that time. When we got older, we realized what it was. And like I said, my story is way different from a lot of people's on here, but I just refuse to put it out there because at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter. I moved basically what should have been impossible task, moved away from it, and still here to this day to tell the story. So it is what it is. Everybody is at one point a survivor of something.
Sure did.
I could, because everybody got to find their own identity.
Facts.
and Rach,
Booyah!
you know what's powerful about your story too. It's so many different angles your story can reach and help people from the fact, like you said, you're not even mad no more. It's people who going through what you went through that don't know how to let go of that anger.
All y'all was saying y'all not supposed to be here. Shorty not supposed to be here either. Shorty jumped off a fucking two-story building. I intoxicated myself with all my mom's medication, thinking that was. I sliced my wrist to the point where I'm not supposed to be here. I literally bled out. The doctor was shocked. The doctor was like, "You're not supposed to be here." I got hospitalized and everything.
And,
Like
But
both
that
wrists.
be God. But see,
you
that
know,
be God a lot of times. That's a
our
God. That's the heavenly Father right there blessing you because He know it ain't your time to go. Trust
Hmm.
me, you're not the only one that has stories like that. Like I told somebody, my
hey,
story of me not even really supposed to be being here, nigga. I wasn't a playing child at all.
hey,
I'm gonna say this. I was and I could bring this here. The fuck? Oh,
did
I
anybody
could
know
bring it.
about hell?
I, I could bring that here right now because I'm amongst family. I was the product of rape. I wasn't supposed to be here. I was not supposed to be here at all. But we know how it comes to kids who are born out of that situation. They usually fall on the lines of what I'm fighting against.
Right.
Like I said, I could have been. Somebody told me that the other day, and this was an ex girlfriend, and just came out of nowhere. That just said, "Yo, Nick, you know what? I knew about your situation. And to be honest, you grew up to be. You found yourself as a person. You found yourself all in all, and you didn't stray down that line like some people do, especially when they find out exactly what it is and how it is that you came."
Hey Rachel, hey to be, I don't know if she in the chat or anything, but the queen of the whole damn thing, and she was like, man, she really praying, pulling for you and praying for you, like with everything that you went through, and so am I.
Yeah.
I'm, listen, I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim no more. I'm not. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just gonna always say I'm a survivor. I can't see myself as a victim because I overcame that battle. I ain't win the war because of that I have PTSD. But other than that, I survived the battle.
No, no,
That's what you gotta look. We still in the war as we speak. We all
Yeah.
have, but we all have won the battle because,
Spiritual
like I
one.
said, we all came from a different spot. Like I said, with mines, I was supposed to be the type of one that goes down that line of either being an abuser or whatever else. And no, I none of those traits fucking succeed. Like none of them shits
It,
subsided to me.
it's
I
like me.
just
People be shocked. They be like, "Oh, Ray, you're not a dyke. You're not this. You're not that." No, listen. Just because I went through what I went through, I know that a lot of kids become what happened to them when it's like my type of story. A lot of kids, end up committing completely suicide. I tried that one. I'm still here standing. I'm not, praising it. But what I'm trying to say is that a couple of the things that they said about me, like, yeah, I did it. Just that at the end of the day, like right now, all I could do is just speak on my story and hopefully, see who, understands it and doesn't commit the same mistake that I did. Because to be honest with you, the last time I committed suicide was right before I had my son. I was pregnant at him. I went through a whole depression thing. I voluntarily put myself away because I didn't know what was going through my head. I was just thinking crazy, but it wasn't me.
man,
and I'll tell you this too, Rachel. You you're not even a survivor, man. You're a warrior. You see what I'm saying? Like you're not a survivor. You're a warrior. Survivors
You see, you see
are
what I
people
named.
who
You see
can.
what I named it, right? My business is called Riders for Life: The Surviving Warriors. We fight
You're
to
a
be
warrior.
fed.
I'm telling you. A
Hey,
lot of
Rachel,
stuff.
do you? I'm sorry.
No, no, go ahead, bro.
Do you write? Do
No,
you
no,
write?
I'm sitting back and listening. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Rachel,
there's
do you
things
write
I don't know.
poetry?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Do you write poetry?
Yeah, I write poetry. Somebody was showing me how to do the try to put it into a book and oh, I can't get the word out my mouth right now, but I got it in my head.
Phonics?
Copyright it so
yeah,
that nobody steals it and shit. But I got the I ordered the book and stuff and somebody to help me publish and stuff like that. But I'm trying to deal with the school and right now I got to put my daughter in school so that I can actually do a couple things and she goes in late because of her birthday.
oh okay,
So
yeah. But see, like I said, we all at some point have a story. Like, see, look, you're a warrior, of truthfulness. You're definitely a warrior when it comes to that.
yeah, my
Um,
son saved me on some real shit because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I tell everybody that having my son made me see so many different, made me see things in a different way. Like it's crazy that after I had him, it was like I realized that my life wasn't mine no more. It was his because everything I did wasn't for me no more. It was for him. Like that just made me see things so different.
I think what made me realize something is because, like I said, it was certain things the family was keeping from me only because, like I said, I was too young to understand certain things.
Hmm.
But when I got to a certain age, my mom's broke it down to me what it was. Like I said, my pops was on drugs when all this shit occurred. So, like I said, I wasn't a playing child at all. I honestly don't think I should have been here, but then again, I'm here for a reason.
Yep.
And like I said, I had to find my niche. I had to find not just my niche in life because I already knew what my talents was. I was talented in certain things before I could even really say, "Oh, that was talent." I just was like lost in the sauce because you're figuring out, okay, you ain't like most people, and technically you're supposed to be on that line of either being an abuser or being on those type of fucking things that I stand against. But for me, like I said, even when my ex girl told me that shit, she said, "Yo, not to be funny, like some people don't find themselves as far as they don't end up functioning well when they find out the truth about how they became." She said, especially people coming from your side of the tracks, most of them either end up being the abusers or end up being on them damn registries that they talking about. She was like, "You just dodged all of them shits." I said, "Because God put me in a good spot. God knew for a fact that regardless of what, I was going to be good. I was going to be somewhere where I knew for a fact I'm safe. And despite whatever, you know, I'm going to make it." And like I said, 38 years later, I'm still here.
His story is he. You got an Olivia Benson story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just a fan of that show. So, like,
Yeah.
you just described that story is exactly what happened to Olivia Benson.
Yeah. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when it's all said and done, you know, it's crazy because it's certain things you can't bring for a fact up here because some people will try to chop it and screw it. But you can't chop and screw that because you have people who are being born right now out of that type of situation that I came from. And some of them are not gonna make it past a certain age without catching some of these traits. And those traits is literally you're being an aggressor when it comes to things of sexual natures and shit like that.
Yeah,
I'm men who bypass all of that. I might have my Scorpio tendencies because I am Scorpio, but everything else along those lines, like I couldn't do. I couldn't see myself harming somebody that I know for a fact. I can't. Like that's like me harming another woman knowing I came out of a woman. I couldn't do that.
what's crazy
Yeah,
though is that me
going
growing
up.
up, shit, I hated men and I hated women. Everybody's like, how the heck do you hate women? I hate women because my mom could have did something and she didn't do nothing. She took his side. I hated men because of what he did to me. Like to this day, like I still don't, get real close with men like that. Like I'm talking about in like I don't really let them talk to me like that. Like, I stay a little quiet. I shut down for a second. I pull a shield up until I get to see this person as a cool person. I don't really interact with them. I don't have male doctors, all female doctors. So it's like I'm getting it. I'm coming out my shell. Like I got diagnosed with supposed to be antisocial
Yeah,
and
Mm.
the PTSD. And the antisocial is not what everybody thinks what the antisocial is. Like I thought it was something completely different. When they tell me no, it's kind of like the PTSD. Like people that are antisocial can't really be out there with all the noise and all that extra shit that be happening out there. So
yeah. They can't be in the crowd. They
yeah,
can't basically be in the crowd. You became an introvert more than anything.
yeah, and I fought that, and I'm still fighting it. Like I prefer to be inside than outside. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I feel safer in a house than what I do outside.
And I can tell you this right now from a standpoint because I can say I resonate with both. I'm an introvert to some degree because if I don't rock with certain crowds, if I only rock with a specific few, you only want to catch me with a specific few. Other than that, even if I'm by myself, I'm usually in the cut by myself. I'm chilling. But then again, I could be an extrovert and I could be amongst the crowd and be amongst the people, especially if I know the vibes is right.
And that's what I was gonna say. It depends on the vibes.
Mm. But I've always been an observer. It doesn't matter how the vibes is going because sometimes you always want to have somebody that try to fuck up a good time.
Hmm.
Facts. Uh,
Trust me, me being like me trying to open up again, like me putting the shield down has got me in a lot of trouble because I've seen people, and I've fallen like, damn, I think this person is just really going through something when in reality, like through the YouTube shit, like I felt for some channels, like thinking that they're like this because, they're trying to get this word and it's some beef shit. You thinking, I'm like, damn, they ain't here telling their story, like blah, blah, blah. And you come, I'm like, what the fuck I walked into?
Yeah, you'll
Hypocrite.
get that though. You'll get that though. 'Cause
it's
trust me,
all
I walk right into certain chats and walk right back out because I'm like, what the fuck did I walk into?
Yeah.
And it's not even to be funny. Don't get it twisted. Like I say, I have some people in my sector that are from what you would call a beef sector, but they ain't really beefing. They just addressing shit when they supposed to address it. Other than that, they do try to bring content. Doesn't matter what it is. But when you got people on here that want to try to push a narrative and push a boundary, now at some point you're gonna definitely have to. That would be the equivalent of somebody calling me a pedophile. I have to fucking come at your neck all day, every day, and it's
Yep.
just you. And I'm gonna end that shit in one good token because I'm gonna let it be known what's what the and like I told people a lot of times you can't make accusations on people unless you really got proof.
Yep.
You ain't got no type of visible proof or anything of that nature. You just it's just hearsay.
And what's crazy is the actual pedophiles are fucking protected and hitting out here.
Yeah, because they got a million fucking accounts they could go up under if they need to,
It's not even just
especially if they try to keep it on the low.
half of them are not in the system. They don't know about them. It's like, for example, I haven't gotten justice in my case. all
Yeah.
because of my mom's mix-up. As soon as they told my mom, because her husband was Mexican, he's going to get deported if he's found guilty, my mom changed the whole story. So I said, basically, you sided with him because without him, you have no child support. But you got your own money, is what I don't understand. You're a chef, you work for different restaurants. Why you work over the table and you work under the table? Why? I just don't get it.
Can I ask you, Mr. Rachel? I don't think she told you the full story.
Huh?
I don't think she told you the full story.
What?
It just sounds like something, like you said, you don't get it. It sounds like something missing.
My mom was already losing her head around that time when she got the news. I didn't know she had a tumor in her brain around that
Mm.
time, which was making her act real crazy. And that's why I told you around that time that she got the news, our friendship went sideways. Me and her was real close. And it's like when all that happened and all that came out, and my friends, I had witnesses that witnessed a lot of stuff. It kind of like my mom's whole life went down the drain.
She probably lost the fight. But that's what I say. You're not a survivor, man. You're a warrior. You've been through so much and you're still here.
And
You know,
she tried like I found out about her tumors when me and her went at it that I had to put her away because she was going at it with my brother that had schizophrenia. And I wanted him to get help. He didn't want to get the medication. She was calling me every day. So I'm sitting here like, what the hell do I do? She ended up with a heart attack. That was her first heart attack. I had to put her in the hospital, and from there I was trying to. But since she's older, it depends on what she say. If she don't want that type of treatment, she don't get that type of treatment. It's up to her. Doesn't matter what I say unless they see her do something that harms herself. But we noticed that there was something wrong. When she passed away, they told me about the three tumors in her head, and I didn't know that she had three cancerous tumors that was messing with the way she was thinking, which basically that explained to me why she was bringing me so much into the past and kept, the last 3 years before she passed away. And we was all trying to figure out what was going on with her. It's like she had not menopause. Is it Parkinson's disease or is it when
What,
people
dementia?
when dementia? There you go. They stay stuck in the past.
Yeah, you got dementia and Alzheimer's.
Yeah, before she passed away, them 3 years, it was like I was in my past with my mom. I was stuck in the prison that I couldn't get out. And people was like, "Why you not with her?" Because I'm her daughter and I can't disrespect her. I can't do things to her that, she's making me feel a certain way. Like it's like she didn't understand what she was doing and I didn't understand what was going on with her. So it was kind of like I was helping her from a distance. That's how everything ended up with. Like she disrespected my son. She called him out his name. I didn't know what was going on. And who would have thought that it was that she had three tumors that was fucking with her head?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta definitely make sure. See, that's the thing why I will also be saying things about like healthcare and shit like that because it's important and it's prevalent to make sure you good, not just physically but mentally. You can have the best physical health, but if your mental is messed up, it'll cause you to do some things or say some things that out of the ordinary you wouldn't say or do.
And that's why a lot of times I had to walk away from my mom. Like, yo, these are my kids. Like, they're not gonna get treated the way we was treated. I'm like, you better think twice before you call my son out his name or you call my other kid with like, listen, it was about my kids. Like, people just didn't understand. Like, that's my mom. Now y'all putting me between the nail and the wall. I don't want to curse her out. I can't disrespect her. I can't put my hands on her. So what y'all want me to do? My best bet as her daughter is to walk away and come back when my mom is in her sixth senses. I was already living on my own. I had my own crib, my own job, everything. I'm like, I didn't walk away from a hell to come back to a hell. Like, I'm not trying to be stuck in the past, and that's what people didn't get. And she didn't want to get no help. She had diabetes. She had all that stuff. Like, and then to top it off, we all thought she was going crazy.
Well, if you want to be technical, when it comes to those type of tumors and then on the brain, you
Hmm.
could technically say, yeah, you're going crazy because you have too much pressure load on your brain from different angles.
So I didn't know.
And it's affecting everything. Like, you might like prime example, the one tumor is probably affecting or was affecting where she was at as far as her time lapse. The other one could have just been attacking the nerves and attacking her what would be her calm moves. Yeah, that was triggering her. So like I said, I get where you coming from too, because like I said,
Yeah.
it's the worst thing.
I didn't meet my family until she passed away. I had people in here trying to run me and tell me what to do. I'm sitting here, I'm like, y'all don't even know me from mechanic paint. Then y'all started calling my brother demonic, that he's a demon and he's this. I said, you know what? Fuck it, to the point where they ended up provoking him to the point where he ended up fighting with him. He didn't want to listen to me no more. He stopped taking his medication. And so everything led to what led a couple months ago. And, somehow he got catfished into California. And boom, I'm sitting here waiting for them to finish the paperwork to get his ashes.
Crazy.
And that's another case that, like, when I get his ashes, I'm gonna do the viewing. I'm gonna do a little video on it because he's and we do need to pay attention to them signs. Like right now, that law, like there has to be a way that they could pass a law where if they notice, like the people, the community is giving more than one complaint, that the judges should sit here and get the people with that schizophrenia some type of help in a building where they will get the support that they need. But you have to do it
Yeah,
through a order. But how do we get that? We have to wait almost a year, trial after trial. Like with my brother's case, he kept running away from them.
yeah. See, certain things they gonna try to make it they're gonna make it an issue. Like I was telling somebody one day, I was telling somebody a while back, and this before they even thought about passing away. He was on the run, and my thing was, bro, I don't know why you on the run for when the most you was probably gonna be doing is a year's time. You was running for 4 years just to only do 1 year when you so that you gotta look at it. You're not really even comfortable because every time you think you're comfortable in the spot, you gotta move to another spot now because the cops is always gonna be around it.
See, my brother thought they was chasing him. It's kind of different, kind of like aliens and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. See, yeah.
Kind of
But then
like,
again, but you know how they'll do it. Still, they will still try to make it like, oh well, you.
listen, when the officers called me, when he described how the whole thing went down, I said either they over medicated him,
Yeah,
like he has a tendency of lying. I'm like, he's back to it, hallucinating, like, because he described it. He was in a train track. He was kind of like spaced out, talking to somebody, but there was nobody there. I'm like, he's talking to my mom again. Because after my mom passed away, he would go up and down the block talking to her, like if she was really there with him.
yeah,
Like at times he would imitate her and dress like a woman. I'm like, Craig, what is going on? Like he was really losing his mind. His main support was gone. And we all said it, like, we gotta get him the help. We gotta get him the help, but we couldn't get it. I fought the court system a whole year trying to get him in there to get him the help. And look,
yeah. And that's why I said when it comes to that's why I said what I said earlier in my previous live. Like some people could come together and actually try to build something to where you can help these people get the help that they need. Because
yep.
it's not that you don't have people that would take their time out and at least try to assess the situation. But when you got people who really just like in the time now, it's only going to be but the select few who actually care about some sort of change in life. Everybody else is just for self and it's just desensitized. That's why I say, regardless to what you know, I keep that a buck, and that's for anybody that's up here. Y'all more than welcome to always chime in, especially when it comes to certain things, because it's good to get people's insight and everything else. Like I said, I'm just one person, but I see like I'm sort of sparking more than just a revolution. I'm sparking something that I felt should have been sparked here, but everybody is getting caught up. It's like even the people that was starting to do something good, they got caught up in bullshit beef. And my
Yep.
thing is the beef is not gonna be but so much. And then guess what? When the beef is over, let's say if you done flamed your fucking oppositions, now what you got left to do is bring content.
And Rich, I wanna add to this too because this your story. Um, I'm talking about everything you just shared with us. I mean that this is the reason why I say we can't judge one another. We don't know what another person has been through, And when we look at a person and pass judgment on them, we not even taking into consideration what we can actually learn from the person. We just deem because the person is in a situation or condition if they good or bad, if they successful or not. But like listening to your story with everything you just shared with us, I mean, it just shows that you are way more than what is shown. I mean, you are. When I say you a warrior, you the essence of that. Is people been through less and ended themselves. Even though you tried, you weren't successful at that. But guess what? You was successful at everything else. Even like I was telling Perp the other day, we like Dr. Leona's bias. You was in there. You heard that her story. We go through things to define ourselves. And what you are, you God sent. You one of the chosen. And I hope you understand that. Because it's not a lot of people who can bear the cross that you bear. It's not.
I hear so many people say that to me, but to be honest, it's like it feels like the complete opposite the way the world makes it feel.
And that's because they don't want you to stand up. They don't want you in the spotlight because you can actually inspire people like Nate. Look what Nate doing. Nate don't give a fuck what the world think. He just do what he need to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just do
That's
what
because
he
I
need.
never gave a fuck, bro. You should know that.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you this. Don't care what nobody thinks. Just keep doing
I
what you
don't care
need to
what the
do.
world thinks at all. At first I did. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. In the beginning, I did because it was kind of like I was just starting, didn't know what to do, how to do it. I just went on and did that shit, camera shy and all. But I didn't know what to do. I was about to lose my son. Like y'all telling me y'all about to give my son 25 to life. Like, is y'all fucking serious? That shit made me work hard as shit. Like I went from having a whole SSI check. I'm not gonna sit here and lie because I was working under the table and I had a whole SSI check. So it's like I had to pick and choose. Like, what do I do? I'm like, this check isn't enough. What I'm making under the table isn't enough. So I sat here and I said, fuck it. Somebody came to me with the offer. They like, Ray, listen, you can get this much being a health aide. I went right to the Social Security office. I told them I was like, I think I was 25 around this time when all this happened. And
Yeah,
mind you, I just became my payee. I didn't know I had a SSI check. My mom had a SSI check for me, and I didn't find out until I tried to start working. And they went and let me work because of my PTSD. I had to go through some type of psych evaluation for them to let me work.
yeah,
Mind
yeah.
you,
They're gonna make you go through that.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, they like, well, we think that because this happened, and the last time you tried to take your life, you was 16 going on 17 and you was pregnant of your firstborn. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh shit, like how the hell do y'all know all this? I'm just trying to apply for a fucking job.
Yeah. Some of these places they'll get your whole background in just the simple as soon as they type in your name.
And I had to take
And
my
that's
mom.
the sad part about it.
I had to take my mom and become my own payee. I had to prove to them that I'm able to work. I was like, listen, I could read, I could write, I could take care of myself, I could shower. I'm like, damn, for God's sake, I just had a baby. I'm taking care of my own baby. I'm like, I don't know what makes y'all think. I took that offensive. I didn't know I was getting an SSI check. I'm like, why she didn't tell me she was getting a check for me? And then you're getting close to $800 a month for me. Like, what the fuck? And I'm sitting here working. Like, how does that make sense? Not once did you give me $1 from that. Like, I didn't know. I was sitting here working as a teenager. Whatever job I could find out there, I took that job. Corner stores, any store that would let me in, because at that time it was only really stores, and I could only work after school. So it
Yeah,
was But I was good. I was getting paid every $100 every week. My first paycheck, I went and bought me my first pair of Timbs. My feet small, so they ain't cost but that so much.
your
Yeah,
boots cost $5 with your size 2 boots.
I was supposed to 4.5 and a 5 depending, because I'm only 4'11". So
Oh, what? And here I was thinking you was 6'3". I was about to put you on my basketball team. See, nah, nah,
for
you good, bro.
I ain't reached the 5 feet. Something happened while he was making me.
Nah, I
yeah,
don't feel bad. Nah, I
Hey,
told somebody.
My dad wasn't
Somebody was
cold.
looking at me. Somebody was looking at me the other day from the standpoint. I think they still was looking at the picture I put up for the birthday weekend. And then he keeps saying, "Yo, I'm not going nowhere near you. I got 12 on speed dial. I'm not I got 12 on speed dial." The nigga said, "I wouldn't want no smoke with you." Just looking at you like, "Nah, I don't want no smoke with you." But see, it ain't even that crucial. I told people I'm the coolest person you can come across until you fuck me over. Then I'm gonna take that as a personal disrespect, and I'm gonna drag you to the depths of hell and bring you back, and then burn your ass some more. And then I'm gonna have fun with you and ask you, "Do you want to bid?"
Oh shit.
Yeah, Nate violent. Nate violent. He's. I don't
I'm
know if he
not
was
lying.
violent to Craig though. Craig punched horses, man. That dude. But I told you, every time I heard this dude voice, I'm like, why don't I picture him punching a horse? This dude punched a horse, man. He slapped the
Hey,
bull.
everybody. Hey, everybody.
Oh,
I
you
just want to
welcome,
say,
perpetual platypus.
hey,
Wait,
everybody. I
Patty.
just want real quick. I just want to say thank you to everybody. The word. Thank you for having me, Nate the Great, Rachel, Allen. Man, you guys. Much respect to you. I talk to my daughter real quick.
All
No doubt,
right.
bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, Kalani. And one day, man, I want to do a build with you too. We talk. We got we get access to the Discord, so we'll be able to communicate not just through YouTube now.
No
Um,
problem. And you're always welcome to come to the channel, man. But thank you guys so much for having me, man. And Rachel, keep up. Keep doing what you're doing, and I hope that you write some poetry. I mean, I don't mean, your pain, if you could write about that, I mean, it would just be probably help somebody.
I
Definitely
was
will.
trying to
All right, peace and blessings, everybody.
I was
All
thinking
right,
Definitely.
about
man.
that. I was trying to get in contact with a YouTuber called Humble King because he does films and stuff like that. Because I wanted him to write a story, not my whole story completely like that, but you know how you could twist it up and
Yeah.
kind of like
Well,
so that I could.
Rachel, I can tell you
Oh, but I
this.
encourage you this. I encourage you. Like I said, Thursdays I'll be trying to do the little poetry night shit. So if you're more than welcome, even if it's it don't matter if it's something old or new, Rach. Because like I told people, I'm doing that poetry night. It's not just so much as for me. It's not so
Did
much
Nate
for
get cut off?
therapeutic.
Yeah, I'm getting back
Uh,
on poetry. Like I said, I was trying to do the book thingy, but I got to get back on it. The last thing on my list to check out is receiving my brother's ashes, and then I could just get the weight lifted off my shoulders. I want to know, why does a dog snore like a human? Oh,
oh, that's what happened. Oh, that was the word snoring. No, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
no, that's my pet.
Nah, that's the word over here. Look, look, look. You see, he ain't saying that, right? Look, everybody else talking. Look, look, look. Look, the baby got him asleep. Look. Oh, thing.
Wait, no, my soundboard turned off. What was you about to say, Alan?
Oh, he was sleeping.
Oh yeah.
I told you he was sleeping.
Oh. Okay, Rachel, this for you. I too know what it's like to deal with mental illness, and I also was embarrassed by my condition as a teenager until I got more into my arts. See, I was drawing at first and then wasn't interested in writing until I started reading something from Langston Hughes and then tried it myself. So since then, hey, art's been a part of me and never turned back on it. You know.
Yeah, I just got back into my poetry. Like I used to do it as a teenager, because it like as a teenager it was my way of calming me down. Like they taught me that in therapy. But as I got older and stuff like that, it kind of like I kind of like let it go, and I just started picking it up when my mom passed away.
Yeah. I think the reason why I started back to, I think the reason why I even started or implemented that poetry night was because part of it was kind of like a stress reliever to a degree. Not just so much as for me, but like I said, I actually had some people that say, "Yo, your poetry is actually deep." Like the one I wrote for my mom, that one was, like I said, that one right there. I think I had the whole crowd looking like, "Damn, yeah," because you got to feel that, man. Like you
Yeah,
can
that was
remember that day. You can remember that day like it was yesterday. September 4th. That ain't gonna be a day I could forget.
Facts.
Yeah.
and see that's what I try to tell people. A lot of the things that hurt us also give us strength. You know, just like a muscle. You know, to build muscle, you got to rip it up. You got to tear it up, and when they repair, it becomes stronger. And that's what I was telling Perp. It's the journey. Um, After we when we get that pain and we go through that journey of healing, when we finally complete it, we become way stronger than what we started. And it's hard to see when you're going through it, but when you come out of it, that's when you start to recognize. You know, like even like when you was talking about like that brain tumor, like I got hydrocephalus, or they call it a pseudo tumor, and I had 50 cc's of fluid on my brain. Normally, you only have anywhere between 18 and 22. So I had it on my brain for 4 months. And when they finally did the surgery to put the shunt, the doctor told me like, "You lucky you ain't got permanent brain damage."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, with the pressure and you know, I lost my eyesight. You know, get into my optic nerve and stretched out the optic nerve. But I mean, at the end of it, it took me a while to be comfortable in the position that I'm in. But once I did, I realized like, man, that you know, I became stronger. You know, um, so that's why I tell y'all a lot of times, even telling your story, it gives you strength. You know that you're able to tell it. You know that's strength. That's you showing strength right there. You know, and Perk, um, it's the journey, it's the opportunity, Perk.
Exactly.
She mad because I ain't giving no brekkie. That's it.
Yeah.
She
Nah,
said she's
she
smaller
over
than an adult.
there. Yeah,
My
and
baby pop says I'm fun size. It's alright, I get it.
yeah, my sister like 4'10", man. She's
I
smaller
thought
than
the
you.
same thing too. I was like, damn man, if I could fit a mouse hole, then I must be fun size.
Yeah, my sister like
I think I'm about
But
five
people
six.
smarter than that, so don't feel alone, okay?
I never.
all
I,
y'all
shit, I always
short.
liked them my size. Shit, I've always been into gymnastics, so shit, my size
Look,
ain't bad for that.
can't none of y'all
Man,
reach the top of my refrigerator.
cool. When
None.
I go 5'6", I'll punch your refrigerator, yeah, motherfucker. What the hell you talking about? Like, I'll beat that shit to this 5'6". What the fuck you mean, nigga? Where the cookie jars at? Nigga, shit. I'll move the whole damn refrigerator, nigga. Like this nigga move my whole. Hold on, son. You did all that just to get yeah. I was fat. No, it happens like that. It happens like
Playing hide and seek when I was little was the best because I could hide in places that nobody could find me.
I can still do that to some degree, but then again, I might be my shoulders too big now, so I don't think I can fit in those same spots no more. It's over.
No,
I'm over here looking like a linebacker. Like I'm over here looking like a linebacker.
no, shit. I go through that weight thingy too because I suffer from that thyroid, but mines go up and down.
Nah, I've been this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only gained some of this weight back because of this fucking COVID shit. Like I said, I ain't been able to do what I was trying to do because I ain't trying to catch nothing you niggas got. But like, you know, I'm with it. Like, I'm like, damn. I say I got, and that's what I've been doing my walks though in the morning though, because it's something right now. And like I said, mine is not so much as I can drop this weight. I just gotta really be active. But I ain't been. I listen between doing this content, between actually working, and then I still maneuver around because I'm taking care of the grandmother that's left. So, like I said, I'm doing a little bit of everything, but I have a balance. Even the days I sound tired as fuck, you gonna get this work.
And my
Well,
family,
that's different from me because I had to lose that weight because I was tired of smelling skin fire. You know what I mean?
Oh man, skin fire. That's another one, Plat. I'm still in that. I'm still in that skin fire. Oh man, but what let me ask you this, Nate, because you came up in what part of New York are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
You from Brooklyn? Like I never been to Brooklyn, but let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
So do everyone from Brooklyn that's under 5'6" sound like Jadakiss?
hey,
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
It's just me. And I keep telling you, Native Kiss season has returned.
Look, man, I gotta pick with Nate. When I looked at that picture, like, man, he look like Jadakiss.
I done got called Look, I done got called Jadakiss. If I'd have left the other one up here, if I'd have put the other picture up here, you'd have called me Freeway for a second. You probably would have called me George Foreman the next minute. I done got called every goddamn name except my own name.
Wait,
I'm gonna start giving names out. That's why I give everybody a name. Your name is Pork Shoulder. Your name is Pickle Chips. Your name is this one. Who wants some smoke?
When I was younger, they said I looked like Lorenz Tate from Inkwell because I had the little braids. So, yeah, I had to deal with that.
You had the Bruce Leroy. Don't lie to me, son.
Oh no, I got into I got like in my middle school, bro. I got into like it was like the biggest fight ever because my mom decided to perm my hair, and I went to school looking like Jet Li, and
Oh, shit. They got
yeah,
you.
It's
they
all
start
right.
teasing me. But the funny thing is, I actually had the moves like Jet Li, so I'm literally fighting like three people at the same time, and one of them stabbed me with a pencil.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, I got stabbed with a pencil, bro.
That's
Number
all right.
two.
You gotta see my son. I got my own sideshow Bob from The Simpsons.
Oh shit.
He won't fix his hair. 16
I
years
got
old.
shoot fur.
Listen, I came at his girlfriend. I said, listen, why can't you convince him to do something with his hair? Like, you don't see that he look like Sideshow Bob? He likes that I call him Sideshow Bob. That's his favorite character from The Simpsons.
Yeah. I got fucking sheep's fur over here in my fucking beard. Anybody's baby grab this beard right now, they're going back to sleep. I'm telling you, anybody baby that grab this bottom fur right here, they going to sleep. They might be having a grip while they doing it, but they going to sleep. I had my cousins in here a couple weeks ago, giving this one a bottle. They didn't want the bottle, but the minute I sat there and gave her a specific look, oh, let me grab this chin here real quick. Oh, this some good soft, good old sheep fur right here. Yeah. Yeah, let me just hold this. I try to yank it. Still would not. That was the kung fu grip. These kids have kung fu grip. They say you ain't going nowhere. Wait, I like this. Sleep. And I'm like, you son of a. I expect the kids to come and fall asleep on my stomach or somewhere else along those lines where you know they're gonna get older. Yeah, they go to the cushion right here.
Right,
They really
chin,
grab
chin,
my chin
chin.
with this. I'm going to sleep. Don't even bother me.
Hey, Alan, what kind of artist are you, bro? Like I heard you say you got into the art. You write poetry, songs. Um,
I do poetry, songs, write stories, and I sketch.
you
That's
sketch
what's
too.
up.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You got something to work on your channel.
yes, I do.
Definitely.
See everybody building together. And nobody built me a damn breakfast burrito yet. I'm ashamed of all of y'all on this panel. I think I need to go back in here and reevaluate my options. I need some new friends. I was supposed to have a breakfast burrito when I came in here. Not even a chorizo sausage up in here. Like, come on, son. Y'all niggas forget about me, baby. State radio. How you do that?
Hey, Perp, if you still there, baby, do me a favor. Throw Alan's channel up in the chat. Let's make sure. Hey, that's what we gonna do. I mean, that's what I'm following the blueprint of Nate the Great and Kalani and Pops. You know, we got to get Alan up. I mean, I'm at 100 now, so I think I'm doing something major. You know, I got 100 people that said, "Okay, you cool," so I'm happy. So yeah, we got to get Alan up there. We got to start promoting and networking too, because Alan, you doing art, bro. I love art, so I'm gonna have to throw you a couple ducats, and get some pictures drawn.
All right. Hey, same day you see them, same day I'll work on them.
What the fuck was that? Somebody on the camera about to get Superman punched? Oh, never mind. That's a raccoon. Never mind.
Yeah, Nate fight raccoons a lot. Him and the raccoons don't get along. Nate
No,
and
I fight.
raccoons
Well,
don't
I
I
fight
get
a
just
lot of
know
along.
that he been dealing with them on two legs all his life. So hey, I can say that. I can do that too.
Nah, because I seen something climbing the fence, and I thought that was an actual human this time. Nah, because in one spot, I got a camera that's over there, but being how they done, I don't know what the hell happened, but part of the block that I'm on is like no lights nowhere. It almost feel
Oh,
like I'm in the fucking. It almost feel like I'm in the trap session. I'm like, yeah, it's too dark over here. Somebody might actually get stabbed, and you ain't gonna know what's what.
mm-mm.
But I got my flashlight. Well, as far as on my phone, I'll bust you right in your fucking head. You gonna pay my phone back? I told a nigga one day, I said, if I ever gotta throw anything at you, just know this. It is gonna hit you. Even if it don't hurt you, it's gonna hurt you. Like if it ain't put you in the hospital, you would have thought you was gonna be in the hospital. Like, I'm the different type of security guard. All right. Startle me while I'm smoking a cigarette and see what happened to you.
I can't have you as my skitty. I'll be fighting too. Nope. Nope.
It wouldn't even be no need because I'm not even gonna hold you. Like a lot of times I scare the fucking people off, bro. Because like prime example, the other day, nigga tried to shoot a music video and didn't even know I was sitting out there smoking a cigarette, watching them trying to climb the gate. I'm laughing at them like, look at this. I'm like, look at these fools right here. Let me see how long they. I was doing the live actually. I put the live on mute. I said, hold on, y'all. Motherfucker really trying to. Oh shit, my bad, bro. Ain't nobody was in here. First of all, niggas, 1,000 cameras on here. So even if I wasn't here, you are literally being you're being recorded, and guess what? The precinct is literally up the block from the job, fool. So it's not gonna be all of them like, oh, okay, we know, we
Damn.
know. Yeah,
Everybody
that
turns
cool.
themselves in after a crime. Okay, cool. Just gotta. That's your line.
Nah, because I work in an
I ain't
amusement
know
park,
nothing
bro.
about nothing. Hmm?
Nah, because I work in an amusement park, bro. So shoot, the precinct literally up the block.
Well, see, that's the crazy thing. People be ready to risk it for what?
Being stupid. I'm
That's what
telling
I'm
you,
saying.
Facts.
That's
nigga.
just like
I had somebody try to come in there and trying to bust his girl ass. Like try that one. You know, I'm like, yo, bro, what are you doing? You first of all, you made the mistake because you climbed over the fence before she did, and then she's struggling to climb the fence. First of all, I said, yo, what kind of male etiquette is that? Wasn't you supposed to boost her up over before you came over? Niggas, oh shit. Yeah, what are you doing? Like I was mad calm when it's like, yeah, what are you doing? Oh my bad, yo, we ain't know nobody was in here. You know me and my lady. I said, you trying to
well,
give a porno show. I told you, I said, you trying to give a porno show, and guess what? All these cameras is going right to the precinct. I don't think they ain't gonna know who that. Oh yeah, we see this bony ass, no tattoo. All right, let's
I
go get it,
think
guys.
if
And
I'm not
then they,
mistaken,
then they recognize. Yeah, cool.
Hey, y'all, woman, blessings.
if I'm not mistaken, that's who Pop said he wanted me to do a bill with. Was Shawman.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have to link up one day and do a build. But
Okay.
what you
I'm
think about
surprised she
that?
didn't pop up in the live earlier. All of us could have did a build at some point. Like I said, yeah.
And
Oh
I've
yeah,
been doing
these
shows and
it,
doing the
it
house all day long. See, I stay by myself while I'm gonna get mental help. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
As I was telling the word earlier, I'm a schizophrenic, so I have to actually get myself reorganized to actually do the actions that I need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but that's I mean every like bro, I get I'm not schizophrenic, so I'm not gonna even act like I know. But me having I got they diagnosed me with severe ADHD, and so it's like I can't do one thing at a time. I got to do multiple things. But I learned how it works, and I utilize it. You know what they say is a curse. I turned it into a gift. So Johnny Blaze, sir, what up, though? Appreciate you coming through, Mister Blaze.
Oh shit! Happy New Year, you jive turkey. No,
Mister Blaze.
salute.
Ah, Gay.
Hey,
Nah,
hey,
it's my people. Nah, it's my people right there. I gotta fuck with people.
I
hey,
see you up in the chat. Salute you, Jive Turkey. We still
that's
love you, baby.
That's Mr. Blaze, Mr. Johnny Blaze, man. I listen to Johnny every morning, man. As soon as my son wake me up, I throw my earpod in and turn on Johnny Blaze. And like I told him, I usually be in the bushes, but man, I'll be rolling, bro. Yeah, Mr. Blaze. Hey, yeah, but Charmin, this was a random thought until Nate hit the link. Now it's Nate's thought. I just work off of Nate because he said his hands is big enough. He be punching out raccoons in New York, so I don't mess with him. Yeah, he be knocking them New York rats out. I'm straight. But yeah, we just rapping, just talking. I had a subject, but we just talking about life. Rachel shared her story, which is an amazing story that she overcame. Nate shared his story, which is amazing. We got my boy Allen up here who shared. We had Kalani up here, so I'm blessed. I got Mr. Blaze that came through and showed me some love, and then I got we had Eve in here earlier too. So y'all blessing me, man. I truly feel blessed, man. Um, I'm humble, man. I'm humble. I
Nah, because
truly
you know
feel.
what? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Because I'm gonna tell you like I told. See, what made me inspire you is when you try to say you don't think you could do it. It's almost the same way with my boy Big Trades. He wasn't going to do no content to a degree, or he didn't know what exactly he was going to bring. I told him, bro, bring what you feel is necessary as long as you bring in, you know, you being yourself and you just bring in the work that you need to bring. Like, you can
Mhm.
bring awareness without having to be always stifled.
And see, that's what I was trying to tell the brother earlier. You know, it's like I'm not trying to attack you or attack your religion. I'm just speaking. I'm just telling you what I know. And instead of getting emotional, bro, we can talk. That's why I was like, go ahead, bro. You know, like we
Yeah,
just
but you see
I'ma
what I
just
did there?
yeah, and I appreciate that because and you know what? Again, that just show how far and the path that we going. That literally showed like, okay, look, it went from a conversation, you know, emotions got evolved. Let's stop it, reset. Now talk. Now you can't talk. Okay, then cool. We go switch the subject. And you know that's what we, especially as men. That's why I was telling them like, bro, no insults. Let's just talk. You know,
Yeah.
but that's why I don't talk of religion because people get emotional about it. And it's not even me talking. I'm not telling you it's wrong or bad. I'm just showing you a different way to look at it. That's all I
Yeah,
was.
nah, because trust me, we was all building on the same notion, regardless. Because, like I had said, I don't technically believe, even though I know for a fact, I don't believe for a fact. That's what they wanted to do. No, I want you to know that this is the fact. No, I believe that before Adam and Eve, there was probably people here already. They just wasn't documented. Just like how we had 8 presidents that wasn't documented, that we had 8 black presidents before we had our first quote unquote George Washington.
Mhm.
So
And
that's what I'm
see,
saying.
and that's what I was trying to tell him. Like, bro, Adam was a race of people. Is a book missing that you don't have the privilege of looking at? It's called the Book of Generation, and it tells the story of Adam. And Adam was not a single person who was raised. That's why I asked him when Cain left, who was he afraid of? It was people in the world already. Who killed
Yeah,
Cain? You know, if it wasn't nobody before Adam and Eve, how did somebody kill Cain? So that was his people. It's like these, but that's what happens when you believe things and you don't know things. And when your beliefs start being attacked, you attack back because you don't know how to answer it. And that's what I'm like, and that's what I was trying to say, bro. It's
nah,
three.
I know. I get where you was going though. Trust me, I get where you was going, bro. That's why I was saying like, but all in
Look,
all, I just had to snap because I was like, oh, hold up, like I'm coming back to the phone. It seemed like y'all talking over each other, like nobody could get a point across, and this is not the way a panel is supposed to build.
and
That's my
see,
nigga though. Don't get it twisted. That's my nigga, you know. But like I told him, like yo, let him finish what he had to fucking say, because everybody else is letting you finish what you had to say, bro. Like,
And for
And
me, reading them passages, I really do think that they turn it into a myth. I don't know why they turn it into a myth, into a story, and all that stuff. But I believe that Lilith was the first woman before Eve.
yeah, it's
'Cause
in the
they
book
talk about Eve
is
three
in
different ways.
is
Like
in the
either
Yeah,
she resurrected three times, or I'm tripping.
no
yeah.
the
Nah,
now
but he was right though because it's. But look, you know what? It's not just the book of generations that's missing out that book, bro. And I can even say like prime example, they made that Book of Eli movie, even though they quote unquote supposed to no. That Book of Eli was true because you had certain parts of the Bible they was trying to eliminate or they was trying to get the knowledge from. So of course the main ones is going to protect that book. Like nah, nigga, you're not going to fuck around and basically unwrite what the hell was already written.
now check this out. You want to get a little deeper? They just found a new scroll 4 years ago. They just found a brand new scroll. So it's books that's not even mentioned. But when you talk about Lilith, she came out of the. We can get into from just for conversation purposes. I'm gonna keep it to the Dead Sea Scrolls. But Lilith is a Mesopotamian demon that predates the Bible. The it was the Lilith. It was multiple demons, and they took the story of the Lilith and incorporated it into the Adam and Lilith story or the Dead Sea Scrolls, and that predates the Book of Generations. That's why they say Lilith is the first female, but
I
that
think it was
comes
Yeah.
out of the
power
Dead
with
Sea
her, right?
Scrolls,
She
huh?
left because she didn't. I think she wanted equal power with Adam or something like that.
She
She
didn't
didn't
want
want.
to lay beneath Adam. No, she refused to lay under Adam.
Yeah, she refused to
Yeah.
submit.
Yeah, she didn't. She wasn't being submissive.
It was just kind of showing what's happening with a lot of women here. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want nobody to take that wrong. Like,
No,
but
but you can't take it wrong because you saying something truthful. If you want to be technical, you're not saying nothing wrong because there is some sort of underlying thing that's like I said, even when it comes down to situations like I was breaking down, how could you actually lie to somebody and leave a kid out the mix with their father for 26 years? What, because you either didn't want to submit to something or it's either you couldn't be with this person the way you wanted to. Now I think that's a lot of that spirit too. Like if I can't have this man, then he can't have his kid.
He can't have
I
his
think
kid.
that's how they be doing sometimes.
yeah, a lot of females do it.
And see,
Yeah, because
that's. Go ahead, bro.
no, I was gonna say, oh no, I was gonna let you finish. But see, that's the problem now, and I'm not trying to even be funny because when I say something like that, it sounds sexist to a degree. It's not sexist. It's just it was the way it was supposed to be. Men was supposed to be the leaders of the fucking flock. The women are supposed to be laying up under us, but also be the second in command in case anything happens. And we supposed to be moving as a unit. But I don't know. There's too many damn different things that done unraveled us and done got us too desensitized. Now it's just everybody for self.
Yeah, but I understand that us women want equality and all that stuff, but I think it's going overboard with some females. I think it's going more than just that. It's like they want power and something else.
They want to eliminate the man. That's what I'm saying. This is where all this feminist shit came from to a degree. It's not saying you can't empower yourselves, but then guess what? You're still going to need a man at the end of the day because you can't reproduce yourself. If you
Yeah,
was
but
an
it's hard to find
asexual,
a
I
man
don't think
that's
none of us would be
racial,
nobody.
right?
Well, I think it's the elimination of alpha that's going on right now. You know what I mean?
And it's crazy because you got the men wanting to be women too. Like that shit confused me the hell out of me when I really started finding out about that. I'm like, wait, I was confused as hell, but then I started. I mean,
They throw a lot of indoctrinations in there because this is my thing. Like, and I can even bring this up, and this is just my view and opinion. I don't want this to reflect on your channel, but this is just how I feel. Like, even when it comes down to LGBTQ, right? Now, back in the day, before it even became what it is now, you just had regular gays and lesbians, and guess what? It was just certain things they wasn't putting out in the forefront because they didn't want everybody in their business, even when it came down to the kids. Nowadays, you are pushing every damn thing under the sun in these kids' faces. And my
yep,
thing is, you're confusing them because guess what? You can't sit here and say, "Oh, I was, I feel like I was supposed to be a woman, but I came in a man." You can't, man. Listen, they just trying to tell you you could be any and everything you want. You can't do that because if that was the case, God would have made it so.
That's why a lot of parents right now, last year and this year, I was reading into that. A lot of parents are doing the gender lawsuits against these schools.
Yeah, that video you made on that.
I mean, when I looked into it, I was like, I thought it was just a couple videos, but I looked into it. I'm like, y'all been suing these schools since 2021, and the news is just bringing out a couple videos. I was like, damn, it's deeper than this shit.
Yeah. But you know what? And even back to what you was just saying, like I was saying, it's certain books that are missing that are
Uh,
definitely that would definitely give us not even so much a blueprint. This would make even the people that don't want to see things see it from a logical view. Like I told somebody, I wasn't too strong in my Bible like that, but I knew with certain things that I read that still comprehend with me to this day because, like I said, it's a moral factor. Like I said, I
can,
can't see somebody. Like I
can,
said, you know, you're entitled to be who you want to be. That's you. But again, when you try to implement that shit to kids, that's the problem right there.
That's
can I
true.
okay, so this is like when we talk about even the missing books, this is what I found on my journey, right? Um
Yeah,
like when you look at the history of the Bible, we without a benefit of the doubt, it hasn't been tampered with, right? They took
yeah,
stuff out, they added stuff, they merged things.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was like literally studying it, and not just the book itself, but the historical factor, what I found was it's stuff older than the Bible, and it correlates the same morals and values, but it's more pure. And when I say pure, meaning it's not tampered with.
yeah,
Is almost in its original state, and that's what I was trying to tell that brother. These all these religions and spiritual practices are perceptions of the people who wrote them. That's just fact. Can't nobody. God did not write a book. Even when you learn the way the book was put together, you will understand why they say it was inspired by God. But when
yeah.
we talk
Because
about
he inspired the people. He inspired those people who was writing those pretexts and writing those books. He inspired them stories like he was supposed to.
and now when you look, even I can take you back to the story of Imhotep, but using what most people know, the story of Jesus. When Jesus said, "I am the way, I am the light," to my Father, He was telling you His practices. This is why they took out the book of Thomas. This is why they took out the book of Mary Magdalene. Most people don't even know these books exist. Do you know what was contained in the book of Mary Magdalene? The practices of Jesus, what Jesus did, not what He said, but what He did, how
Exactly.
He reached that level of Christ. That's what it tells. So a lot of times we look at these books and we try to we look at it from a literal standpoint, and we try to figure out how to get closer to God, but we don't practice the things. And when you begin to practice it, you see how all these different religions and spiritual aspects correlate. We always function in three. What is the three main religions? And I'm gonna show you something. Now this is occult science. I'm about to get y'all. This is occult science, and this is why we are because they understand this, but we argue about it. But we got Judaism, we got Christianity, and we got Islam. Islam is the Bible. Judaism is the spirit. Christianity is the flesh. That's why you need all three books. That's why they say the three main religions. Those books are supposed to be used together. That's what I was trying to tell this brother.
Yeah.
This is
Not.
what Freemasonries do, the people who y'all call Illuminati. This is where they get all their understanding from. Because you can't read one of those books and get all the information that you
Yeah,
desire out of it. You need all three, and you have to use them as they're represented. Like I said, the body, the flesh, and the spirit. You got to combine those three. That's why it's a trinity, and a
yeah.
trinity and a Bible comes together and make one.
But you know what's crazy? I already knew a couple of these books was missing because, like I said, the main public library that's in it's not even on my end. The main library branch in Brooklyn had the original. Bible with the C scroll, Texas, and all of that shit in there. And I know that because when last time I went in there, this was the time before my mom thought about passing away. We went in there just to see if that shit was still there, and it was still there, nothing touched. It had literally books that I knew for a fact ain't in these other Bibles. And I'm like, what the fuck? But when you said the book of generations, that was one of the fucking things I came across in that Bible. I said, oh shit, this is actually the original, like one of the originals. Like,
That's what I was telling dude. Like you going off of one source. It's like when you research, bro. It's not. That's why I say I live this. That's why I tell people I don't even debate religion. I had conversation, and usually, like what even happened earlier, I don't even do because once I mean, if you're telling me you take this book literal, you don't even know how the book was constructed, bro. The Vatican had that book for over 1,000 years before they started mass producing it. Before they did that, only priests had the Bible to read, not no common person.
exactly.
That's why they're
So
trying to burn all the books and get rid of libraries. They don't
you,
want us to learn. They just
yeah,
Yeah.
but you,
it's on the computer.
They try to do the same thing in my area to a degree. Certain things they trying to close. And that's why I said for some people who are able to actually pull together resources to do certain shit, you know they closing down certain facilities like a library. But see, I could get it, I could say it like this. They ain't really trying to shut down the libraries in New York City. They trying to slow certain programs that they had with the libraries. Like like some of these spots they don't even do the GED shit no more. I remember I had to give somebody information on something because one of the spots he was trying to go to that I know for a fact used to do the GED shit. They ain't doing it no more. And I'm like,
hey,
well, damn, nigga, y'all just was doing it. Like,
Showman, have you ever heard of a religion called Zoroastrianism? It's older than Hinduism. It's actually no, it's not. Actually, yeah, no, Zoroastrianism is older than Hinduism, but it's the very first monotheistic religion, not spiritual belief, because that came out of Kemet. But the very first monotheistic, meaning one God, was called Zoroastrianism. And then you can find, if you look at that, you'll start seeing aspects of um, Islam and Judaism in it. But see, that's what I tell people. Like, it's so much information out there, and when you get it from one source, you get lost in the sauce because you fuck around and run into somebody like me. Like, I'm not playing with that them semantics. Is it from? It's from Mesopotamia, so Iraq, Iran area.
yeah.
Um, that's where the Bible got the story of Nimrod from, and you can tell because Zoroastrianism is where Midra. I know you heard of Midra.
Yeah,
Midra comes from Esther, Easter, where the whole
yeah.
celebration of Easter come from. That's one of the most demonic, I mean, celebrations, bro. I'm telling you, like, don't dye no eggs. When you learn the history of that, it's gonna tweak you. It's gonna tweak you. The Catholic Church chose books to include, yes, and have
Nah, they
more.
did. They definitely did because, like I said, they literally had everything. But then guess what? You know, even with the stuff that they didn't have hands on, those shits got lost regardless. And I think some of that was just designed that way anyway. Because what better way to not have anybody mess up what originally is supposed to be stated in these books than just letting it fly somewhere? If somebody happens to find it, they find it. Like, look, you just said they found another scroll.
Yeah,
And
they
for all you
found
know,
more.
that scroll could be something that was missing out of the original context of the Bible and even the context out of the Torah. You never know. That's why I
But
told somebody you can't just go by the Bible alone. You got the Torah and the other book because they all coincide with each other. It's
but
just giving different blueprints
And
of the
those
story.
other pages can be passed off as what's it called? As witchcraft. So
Yeah,
they made it into another book called the Apocrypha.
yeah, I heard that. I mean, even when you start learning like the Gnostic gospel, you believe if that's your belief system, you really should look into the Gnostic gospels because the
Uh-huh.
Gnostic gospels teach you how to utilize um, and how to reach God, how to
yeah.
actually be in contact. That's what the Gnostic gospels is the spiritual system of Christianity that they was wiping them. That's like the spiritual side of Christianity. But all those religions, I promise you, all those religions function off 11 main principles that we call the universal laws. I can take you to the Bible and show you how you apply the universal laws and you actually get the essence of the Bible out of it. And the Quran, the Dashi Hindu belief system, the Kemetic belief, all of it functions off reality. All of it do. I mean, well, off the universal principles. But yeah, religion. But that's what I tell people. If it works for you, use it. You know, if it's Hinduism, Buddhism, there's no purpose of arguing about what is right and what is wrong. Just use what's right for you. You know, everybody different. You know,
That's why I said it does say that in that book. You know, everybody's gonna have a, you know, if you don't get a true understanding of it, you know, everybody's gonna have a precept upon precept and a concept upon concept. But guess what? You know, some of those concepts do come back to the generalization of the main focus. You
hey,
trying to live accordingly and trying to do what you can do while you here.
hey, you can come up if you want. Sharma said I'm a lesbian. We can go back to the LGBTQIA stuff.
Never mind. I ain't messing with you.
You done added some letters, didn't you? Hold on, man. I'm lost.
Nah, but you know what? I think I know where she was going because I was first going with it. Like I was saying, they trying to basically tell all these people that's a part of that community they could be whoever they want to be. Guess what? It's not so because um if you was born a man, you might as well stay a man. And if you're gonna be a gay man, because guess what? There were gay men back in the day, excuse me for saying it like that, that literally kept it as a man. Even if they was coming around smelling, guess what? They getting themselves. They just side of the fence. And guess what? They wasn't trying to put on no dress, no wig, no none of that. Talking about I'm a girl. Or I'm trying to be a girl. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to push that agenda of everybody could be the opposite. If you a girl, and guess what? You like girls, it's all good. But be a girl. Stop trying to be a man. If that's the case, be with like you got to make it make sense. You don't want to be with the opposite sex, but you're trying to be the opposite sex. Make it make sense.
Like
Exactly.
this is my thing. Um, like I got gay cousins. My wife's best friend gay. That don't bother me. And the people that I know who are in that community, like the people I personally know that's in that community, they don't like how I was being pushed. You know, they just want to live their life. They don't want. They don't try to force it on nobody. You know, and that's my thing. It's like um, when you like even me, like with religion, no one wants my belief system pushed on them. You know, and
But
when
see,
you
like it's the thing. You can't say you pushing a belief system on somebody when you're just being genuine. Everybody has their own view and opinion. Guess what? If that's the case, I should shut everybody for every opinion that came across. But I don't do that because everybody might have a different way of how they got to the same damn conclusion. It's
and
almost
see,
like math.
I want Shaman to come up and speak because I'm like this is honest and you click on my videos you'll see my intentions are always good but just have I had different conversations with different people like I said I got family members close friends that's gay my son's that's my son's godfather um, and just hearing people's perspective it just give you more insight because like I said the people I know they don't try to push nothing on nobody they just want to live their life but you know make the choices they choose um, and me like I said me personally I don't care what nobody do in life long as it's not messing with my way of life I'm good you know
Yeah. Nah, but I get where you're coming from. Like I said, it's not about that. Like I said, I know gay people. Listen, my mom's was cool with damn near half of the gay and lesbian community when she was coming up. And that's because they all used to go frequent the same spots. It wasn't always they was going to a gay spot. No, they was going to straight spots and all of that. But see, this the thing again. Everybody presented themselves the way they were supposed to be presented. And it wasn't no, oh, I think I should dress up as a woman, knowing you're not a woman. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they're trying to push that narrative. If you don't want to be with a woman, you shouldn't be trying to dress like a woman, and vice versa. If you ain't trying to be, if you, like I said, you want to be you want to be a gay or lesbian, that's all bread and gravy. But be who the hell you was born to be. If you a woman, stay a woman. Stop trying to be a post-op or a pre-op, and vice versa. Like I said, they are really messing around and reversing a lot of roles. They even got you thinking you could be a dog tomorrow, nigga. I'm telling you, this is how they trying to push everything to a degree.
Now they got our kids thinking that men can have babies. That's the one that's got me messed up in the head.
That
Yeah,
Joker
and that's what
picture.
I'm saying. You can't push that type of agenda. Like I said, even if you're going to push an agenda, that's the agenda you shouldn't be pushing in their face. Because come on now, how are you going to try to tell a kid he could be a? That's like you trying to tell a boy he could be a girl tomorrow. Yo, Billy, your name is going to be Brittany tomorrow. We going to make you put on a dress. This is what you going to do.
Facts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll get that. Look, I'm saying there's certain things, even if it sounds far fetched, don't ever overlook or underlook anything. I
No,
always believe in always expect the unexpected. And I had a feeling at some point when it came down to everything being legalized. I said, how the hell did you legalize same sex marriage and shit before you legalize weed? And weed is the less harm out of everything. And the only reason why I say that is because I know for a fact that shit is not legal
Mm.
everywhere.
They've been
Mm.
looking for ways for men to give birth.
they just
Yeah,
I'm just
they
trying
just
to
try
figure
to
out
shut
why.
me up.
I'm
Like,
about to I'm about to lay
are
drop my
men
cousin.
really
My bad.
ready to
I'm
endure
about
that
to
type of pain? And
What
if
you
y'all do
say?
give birth, where y'all gonna have it? There's only one way a man could give birth if he does give birth. Like, it really doesn't make sense. I wish somebody make it make sense.
Yeah, I'm saying like, look, prime example. If you know
Man.
you don't like I'm saying, if you don't, prime example, if you're a gay man and you don't like women, why are you trying to be a woman so badly? And vice versa. You know, that's what I'm saying. They got it to a point now where they telling these people they could change their whole aura if they want to, just to try to fit whatever it is logic they trying to fit. But come on, you are here for a reason. If God made you a man, whether you straight or not, be a man. If He made you a woman, whether you straight or not, be a woman and do what you need to do. It's not about making it a situation where it's division. No, everybody's entitled to live their life the way they see fit. But when you
Exactly.
start pushing agendas on the kids and you start pushing it to a point where now you're trying to normalize it, no, some people are just not gonna. I'm a morally conscious person, and regardless of what, it's just some things I can't get down behind.
And you know what? You just said
Oh,
something. When you
even the
said,
conversation sounds dirty. Even thinking about
I think it is a form of by pushing it, they know it would cause division. I think it's another distraction. I
Mm,
mean, it's an agenda to
it.
be
Ve-
filled,
Very
but
much.
anything that's pushed is always distracting us to something bigger. And Craig mentioned it the other day when he was talking about now. People getting the consent age is dropping, where kids can consent to when they're 14 instead of 16 now. Like that's
mhm.
crazy. They're not even close to adulthood. How does a 14-year-old go consent to an adult?
Exactly. That's almost like how they do with the Indian or with how the Arabics and the Indians do. They arrange their kids to be married to somebody before they even know who the fuck the person is. And 9 out of 10, how can you arrange something? Prime example. You trying to arrange a quote unquote marriage with somebody, and guess what? What if that person dies before that marriage happens to even happen? Now you gotta do this again, right? Or that's how it's supposed to be. You gotta do this again, right? You gotta pick somebody else for that boy to be married to. Or my
Yeah.
trip. Like,
Well,
come on. They don't
no,
think.
no, I was just looking at Shaman said. She said for some reason that upsets me because it makes me feel like I have a mental issue for being gay. I don't. I
No,
don't
no, it's
think.
not that.
No, no, you ain't got no mental issue.
You choose
For
what you
being
choose. It's a decision.
gay.
But when you make a decision that you know for a fact, like I'm not talking about making that decision. When you make a decision to start pushing an agenda, like for a kid to the kids, like as far as they could share the same bathroom, they could do this, they could do that, they could wear this, they could be this, they could identify as this for the
When you
day,
start
and then I like,
pushing
come
it
on.
on the kids, it becomes a problem. As an adult, you can choose. I mean, that's like I say it like this: my wife ain't black, so should I feel bad for not not marrying a black woman, or because I'm a black man. And guess what? Society, I have been kicked out of groups that I was helping kids because my wife wasn't black. They didn't want my help no more. So I mean, that's a form of discrimination. Because who I chose to be with. So nah, your choices that you make, nothing is wrong with that. Is what's the problem is when they start pushing it on children. When they start giving kids don't even know. I mean, at what age do you even understand what you want or desire? You don't start understanding that until you grown. People still figuring that out in their 30s and 40s what they really want to do in life. So how you gonna tell a kid they can choose to have a sex change at that early age, or they can choose or decide to be a girl?
Yeah,
Kids,
that was just
they
like the D Wade. That was like that D Wade situation. Like I said,
yeah,
you pushing that agenda for you being a part of that agenda because you pushing your son to be a female. And guess what? If your son decides after because like I said, if he decides, even if he decides he's still going to be on that side of the fence, I don't think he should have to be a woman to prove that. That's why you're trying to basically emasculate him before he even get of age. And then on top of that, guess what? Now, what if he decides to wake up out of that slumber and decide this is not what he want to do?
And it's
bro.
Now,
happened.
what y'all gonna do then?
There's
It's
been
a
cases like that
series
too.
on it's a series on YouTube right now where people made the transition when they was young, and they telling their stories how they wish they never did it, and some of them even went back, like redid it. Got their stuff put back the way it was. So that's kind of deep too, because like even people who was adults and decided to make the transition, they coming out telling their stories now. So I mean, it's deep.
Yeah, but see, I like what Platty just said though. She said it's not a
Sexual.
it's not a
Oh,
mental illness. It's not a mental illness, but when you try to change your gender overall, that is a problem. Because like I said, they're basically feeding you that notion that you can be exactly who the fuck you want to be. If I decide I want to be If I decide I want to be this, okay, only thing I gotta do is take these pills, chop off what I need to chop off, and no, it shouldn't even have to go that deep. Like, just be comfortable with who you are in your own skin. Like I said, I know people to this day, like some of my mom's friends, like I said, been on that side of the fence for a minute. Guess what? To this day, they are still following the old traditions. They not throwing shit in nobody's face. They got nieces and nephews. They don't even let them know what certain things is because, again, at the end of the day, they kept their shit secret under wraps. Like, you know what? It's certain things we know the world ain't going to be able to accept. We also know just some things people are going to ask questions to. Who wants to go through all of that? Let me just keep certain things under wraps, and they still doing it to this day. You could tell from afar. Yeah, you could tell he a flaming, but hey, he's a real flaming as far as like he's never put on a wig, never put on no type of dress, none of that. And even the
no.
girls that my moms knew that was gay, they kept it they kept it feminine. They
Uh,
kept it feminine. Yeah, they could be all the lesbians in the world, but they was feminine. They was wearing dresses and doing all that good shit.
bro, look,
You know, not necessarily you gotta change that.
I'm gonna tell you a story. My boy he was gonna cut my hair one day, and I'm like, okay. So I went to his apartment building, and when I got in the elevator, it was these two dudes. Both of them was bigger. I'm talking about like 6'4", 6'5". Both of them had to be over 250. Two big dudes. One of them, I mean, they was dressed like women. They were gay. So we going up the elevator. I'm chilling. They get to arguing. This other dude came in. He was probably about my size. Probably about like 5'11", 6 foot, probably about 150. And he told one of the dudes, like, man, shut your gay ass up. When I tell you, I thought the damn elevator broke when he grabbed this man by his throat and slammed him up against the damn. He was like, he said, I
Fuck
might
you
be
said to me,
gay.
nigga.
He said I might be gay, but I'm more of a man than you'll ever be. He said if I wanted to right now, we could bend you over and have fun. But since this young brother on here, I'm gonna
He
let
must have
you.
called with Felice Johnson.
He said since this young brother on here, I'm gonna let you keep your butthole virginity, which you probably ain't
That's
even got.
crazy.
I'm sitting there looking like, and after that, I never judged. I never. I'm straight, bro. I was straight. But even but that story is just to say that is to say this that I look at it just like we look at race. What people choose to do with their life, that's their path and that's their journey. As long as you don't try
Cross
to
boundaries.
force people, yeah, you try to coerce people to take your path or take your journey because you're doing it. I don't think that's right in any faction, even religion, with politics, with race. I don't think none of that's right when you try to entice or force people um, to take your views or opinions because it make you feel comfortable. You know,
Mm.
and what I see now is manipulation, and that is what I don't like. Is when you try and when you mess with the adults, I don't really care because we have a choice as adults. Either I can indulge in things or not, but kids don't, and that's my only beef with with the way all this is being presented now. Because me personally, this is just how I feel. What anybody do in the bedroom ain't nobody else's business in the first place. It
Facts.
ain't nobody business. So it don't matter what a person, um, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful or anything, because at the end of the day, um, you like Nate, I got love for you. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't want to do nothing with you, but I got love for you. So when I say sexual preference, I'm just speaking in the fact who you choose to lay down with. Um,
Yeah.
that's nobody's business anyway. So that's that. I mean, but that's how I feel about that subject. Um,
But they made it that way though, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah,
yeah,
it's none
that's
of
what I'm
our
saying
concern,
because you try
but
to.
they made it our concern
It
because
is,
now, especially with Obama doing that shit, he made it everybody's concern to just
but see
look.
that's why I said it was a tool of separation.
Yeah,
When they push stuff like that, is a tool of stuff. Just like when they push race, man, they do the same thing with race. They do the same thing with sex, with men and women. Like I was listening to y'all when y'all was building on, like everybody got their different perceptions. Like the thing with men and women, this is just how I feel because I mean from experience, right? So men are masculine, women are feminine. Those two energies cooperate with one another, and when they cooperate, they create life. So I don't
yeah.
feel men are supposed to be over women, and women ain't supposed to be over men. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Now check this out. I'm gonna fuck with the DNA. So women's DNA is a big X, two big X's, right? A man's DNA is a big X and a small Y. Well, that tell all women, all fetuses are start off women, and then they devolve into a male. Even in the Bible, the descent of man was the descent of the women's ovaries into testicles. Women are here to create, men are here to protect and defend while they create. That's the roles. You look at it in nature, that's the roles. So, I mean, we supposed to cooperate. One ain't supposed to be over the other.
No, it's not. Look, not being over each other, but as far as what I was saying earlier about the males being the leaders, as far as the household, the pack, yeah, we supposed to be the leader. We supposed to be the stern iron figure as far as yeah, like and guess what? Like I said, at the end of the day, we both need each other to keep the life cycle going.
Yeah.
And some people are trying to push that agenda that two people of the same sex could have. Prove it to me. Like you could adopt, but you prove it to me that this could happen. Because I remember one time they were trying to say, I think, prove it to me. Don't even say nothing stupid around me. Just prove it to me. Like, you got to prove to me facts. You got to give it to me where I can even try to process that shit. And like some of the things that I've come across, man, listen, I had people trying to say, what if God was a woman? Look, I'm not going that far, bro. I'm just saying, like, like everybody gonna have their own little view and opinion on certain things. But if you come into the same conclusion, what's stopping us from building?
I use the Bible to debate the fact that God is a female. I literally use the Bible because God is a jealous God. God is an envious God. That ain't manly traits, bro. Let us make man and women in our image. Even the name Elohim is masculine and feminine. To create, it has to come through the womb. In the beginning, it was the Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It was spoken to exist. God was spoken to existence.
Mhm.
Is beautiful and it's deep. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy how, like you said, we all got different perspectives, and we all got different opinions, and to bring them together and share them, that's the beauty in what we doing here. You know. And Shaman, it don't matter if you cough. I'll keep hitting my mic cough. You more than welcome to come up here anytime. And in your opinion, this is where your opinion is valuable. You know, is an opinion. It's like I said, we all got different perspectives. And any in life, if you ever agree 100% with what somebody say, you brainwashed. You
You're
never supposed.
conforming.
Yeah, and it's not. No, we ain't doing that. You know, we need to
Mhm.
share. We need to see the variety, the different angles. That's how you solve problems. You can't. It's not one way to fix something. Because if it was, we wouldn't have nothing broken. You know, we need these conversations, these different aspects, these different ways. Because guess what? I'm gonna say something, and some people will be like, "That's cool," but then Nate say something, and they gonna be like, "That's what I was looking for." Then Rachel go say something. They will be like, "Oh man, that was even better." Then Alan say something that's like, "Bingo, that's it. That's exact." You know what I'm saying? There's no one way.
I don't want you to be brainwashed. I just want you to choose violence on the what fucking way where we're supposed to be going. That's it. I don't care about nothing else.
And see, that's crazy. And see, that's what I'm saying. Everybody got stories. Shama said she had death threats for just being who she is.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. You're gonna some people, like I said, this is where I said it's always gonna be the mixed bag to a degree because some people when they come out, that's the type of shit they're gonna have to go through, especially if it's you basically breaking down something to people that didn't really know nothing. You got some people that are well at hiding shit. Like I said, how you think certain people felt when I don't even gonna hold you. I felt the type of way when I found out the dude that this whole time I thought was a whole like don't get it twisted. He was on his manly shit, but to a degree, and you heard that, I'm like, nah, something wrong here. Like, but he kept it behind closed doors. Like some people, you're supposed to keep certain things behind closed doors. You can live your life as much as you see fit, but everything that go on in your bedroom don't need to be discussed, and that's where some
There's
people get it
so
messed up.
many jokes behind this. Everybody gonna do it.
And see that I mean, all these conversations be fruitful because we get understanding. You know how different people look at different things, and we get new ways to look at different things. That's why I appreciate all the conversation, and I'm gonna get you up here one day, Shamli, because like I said, your opinion is duly needed. Is always a different perspective, and tell your story. You know, stories inspire people. You know, because don't nobody know how hard it is to be you. You know, don't nobody know. I mean, we can sit up here and say X, Y, and Z about A, B, and C, but we don't know how hard it is to be you.
Exactly. Oh shit! Back in my warm ass boots.
Yeah, I like Shaman. I converted one more woman to lesbian. I get it there first.
Oh.
I found the poem I was looking for. I'm about to read y'all this poem and hop off real quick, if I can,
Okay. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, definitely.
because it kind of does go with the kid subject. Like I said before, like I made these poems just listening to people, and this is mostly listening to the kids. I just came up with this in my head, so
Okay.
it's called "Why Can't You See Me?" Why can't you see me? Why can't you see me for me? Why can't you see what I gotta live? You don't know how I feel. Got a glance of my life. You had your chance. You ran from me. You don't know what life throws at me. You ran. You couldn't see. You hid the world from me so much that when I found it, I didn't know how to handle it. They confronted me. I didn't know how to fight back. They manipulated me. Now I'm confused. Don't know how to control it. They offered. I didn't know how to reject it. I only knew about skirts and pants and how to make a little dance, how to get high and freelance. You never taught me about the birds and the bees or why I couldn't climb up that tree. I didn't know how to make my own decisions because in reality, I was following instructions, telling me I couldn't listen to certain music or hang in certain crowds, what someone should or should not look like to fit in and fly high. You would compare me to someone else, tell me I should be more like them, when in reality, I could never understand the why in my actions. Don't understand how you can compare me. They can do whatever they want. Because of my religion, I have very little options. I have many scars and bruises. Can never understand why the day my heart got wounded, I was left alone crying. No one there to confront no one there to comfort me. Left alone trying, alone, looking at the mirror fighting my own self, drowning myself thinking there's no way out. I asked you, why should I believe in God? You were too busy, couldn't answer me, then told me it was just your religion. Then I asked a friend. They told me they were things that people invented to control me. That's why, I'm sorry, invented to control me. That they were just religious and didn't know about life. Went to a pastor and asked. He just wanted to convert me. Couldn't respond back because when I asked you, you didn't have the answers. Do I have it right? Yeah. They say there were better they say there'll be better days. I just didn't understand. I wasn't strong enough mentally, so instead of influencing, I got influenced. So many questions without answers. So many false answers is what has me standing here today, to the point where I got to face the consequences of actions I never understood. So many questions without a solution. My confusion still has no answers to its questions, but to answer all your questions, yes, I care about my salvation. I want to know about the creation. I want to know about my creation. Yes, I want to know why I'm being convicted. I want to serve God with a passion. I want to know about the God that created us. But in that search, the world and religion knocked me down. Had to fight like a warrior to survive and stand on both feet. In between so many rules, you couldn't see me. You tried to do what I was supposed to, got tired and ran from me. The best thing is, I'm still here. Why couldn't you see me?
Poetry fingers, balls.
So that
Hey,
really came
I
from
can't
listening.
snap my fingers right now. I'm trying to snap my fingers, but my shit actually hurt right now.
That came from listening to a lot of these kids' stories, though. In reality, like it's just like I told people before, like when I write poems, it's because it's like I get anxious out of nowhere. I suffer from panic attacks, and my best way to deal with panic attacks is pen and paper. And it's just everything just turns out into a poem sometimes, and that's how stuff turns out. It's not that I'm sitting here or I'm just thinking. No, like I just automatically grab a piece of paper and pen, and I just write what's in my head.
Yeah. And a lot of times you got to do that because guess what? You got a whole bunch of thoughts flowing, and you might as well just write it down. Like I said, that's basically how like I did. I was doing poetry since I was in elementary school. But see, when I was doing poetry, I was doing it because at one point it was happiness involved. When a lot of my poetry was happiness involved. So even when it got deep, you'd be like, "Damn, that's inspiring right there." But then I looked at poetry from more than a different angle.
Yep.
And I had to look at it too. Everything is gonna be coming from different angles. Like I said, some people use poetry as a gift, but they also use it as a visual sight of how to maneuver. That's just stories that's untold, you
Mm,
know. And you got to understand that. Like poetry can come from a multitude of things. See, where your poetry is coming from is from listening to stories of the kids. My poems was just coming from life in general. So you ain't always just gonna get one specific thing coming out of my mind, you know.
listen,
And that's how it gotta be. But poetry, like I told somebody, music right now ain't nothing but quote unquote poetry and haiku. It's just spoken word. You just putting it to a rhythm. That's it.
yeah, so when Kwame Brown came out in 2021, I think it was when he first came out,
uh-huh.
um, he inspired me to write that poem. Who are we? And I actually wrote it in his. I mean, read it in his panel. Like he was one of the persons I'm saying. I'm like, yo, this is somebody. He supposed to be a celebrity, but I don't see him as a celebrity. I don't know nothing about sports. I seen him because of Tasha K. So in
Yeah.
reality, that's how I came across his panel. So like he did kind of inspire me with the stories that he was coming out, and that's how I came up with one of the poems that I had too, like the "Who Are We, John."
Man.
So that one's one that a lot of people do like. I came up with that one in 2021.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? Like I said, it's just almost everybody is coming from some sort of sector, whether it was dealing with somebody that's quote unquote a known name or not. And my whole thing is, I'm looking at some of the communities now that was built or that came together because of certain people, and I see that everybody split they certain ways.
Yep,
Some of it is because of back and forth beef. Some of it is just because everybody have a misunderstanding, and some people just don't generally like each other. And
exactly,
I feel like this, that's the worst thing when you got people that really don't like each other and they still trying to be in the same and even in the same room. At some point, words will be exchanged.
exactly. Damn, I got the poem right here. Let me see. I'm about to read it to y'all real quick.
I just want to say, Shaman hit a hell of a point too. She said, hold on, where's the thing at? Going back up here. Said the only thing I believe is if a child is having body dysphoria or even gay feelings, they should get into counseling,
Mm-hmm.
and that's true because they don't
Yeah,
understand. And then, she said help them to
Mm-hmm.
understand things they probably have no clue about, and that's true because I mean a lot of times, they could be influenced. Like my wife's cousin came home. A little boy came home from school and said, "Mommy, I want to be a girl." She said, "Well, why would you say that?" She said, "Because everybody been teasing me at school, saying I'd be a better girl than boy, so now I want to be a girl." Like the kids at school teasing them.
yeah. But see, this is something that's always been going on. That's the sad part about it, because even back in the days, like I said, bullying has always been something that's been going on, whether it's in school or even in the streets. But see, you got some people who can actually intervene and stop some of that shit. But they, like I said, some people is just they more wired about themselves. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said the other day when I caught my boy's son out there, I said, "My nigga," I ain't even call him like that. I said, "Yo, come here." So shit. I'm like, "Yo, you already know you messed up, right?" Nah, don't go tell my dad, son. Come on, man. Look, 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 look. I promise I ain't gonna be out here like that no more. So I don't need you saying that. I said, I don't gotta say nothing because your father walking around that corner. And as I said that, his father was actually walking around the corner. So I was like, you messed yourself up because you was out here doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing. And you wouldn't that even did it in front of him. And see, my boy ain't playing that shit. Like, he don't even play that shit with his daughters. Like, I catch you out here doing something I know you ain't supposed to be doing. The discipline still works.
Don't push that button. Stop it. Come here.
That's why you gotta be mindful of certain things. Like I said. And you got, that's the sad part. What she just said was true. There's more adult bullies than kid bullies.
Yep.
Because you got some people, like I said, instead of them trying to influence, or instead of trying
Get down.
to like, intervene and stop shit, they'll entice the shit. Like I told somebody one day, I said, "How could y'all sit there and watch these two girls fighting when number one, the fucked up part about it is that they're first cousins. Second of all, y'all was sitting out there and y'all know they was having a disagreement, and instead of y'all even trying to break it up and saying, yo, y'all family, I don't even know why y'all going at it, you just sat there and let it happen. And y'all laughing at it, trying to record it. Like, that's stupid. Like, this is shit I'm saying. Everybody's become desensitized. Everything is a record moment. Somebody could be losing their life. Oh, let me record this shit. No, why don't you try to help this person from losing their life? But when you say shit like that from a standpoint, everybody want to, oh, but you ain't going. Bitch, if I see somebody damn near dying in front of me, I'm not trying to see nobody die in front of me. Nobody wants to see a visual of somebody dying literally in front of them. I watched my mom's die in the fucking hospital. So why would I want to watch somebody else die? Like, one.
Mm-hmm.
I know that could be.
Imagine your mom is one of the hardest things to see because I actually saw mine bleed out.
Yeah. You
Right.
know, and that's the sad part. Social media, that it's not that's not just gonna be the death of society to a degree. That's already becoming a death. There's gonna be other things because you're gonna have some people that even when you present in prior knowledge, they ain't gonna want to hear that shit. They still gonna want to be stuck in that slumber. That's why I said you can only help those who really want to try to be helped. And you can try to at least push those who you know for a fact is only following certain behaviors and patterns because they feel they got to be a part of the in crowd. No, you can teach them, yo, you don't necessarily got to follow these people if this is what they're getting into. A real friend ain't gonna watch your ass mess up your life or possibly mess up the rest of your life by just wanting to be down. No, I know people right now. Like I can say, me when I was in school, my cutting came from me and me myself.
Hmm.
Nobody else encouraged me to cut school. Nobody else encouraged me to do anything. I did a lot of shit on my own because I was being stubborn and I was being young and dumb. But when I got older and realized, damn, I could have prevented certain shit if I'd have just listened. And it wasn't just listening to people that was trying to guide me. I should have listened to myself, but I was being stubborn and being young and dumb. But when you get a certain age, you start realizing, like, all right, you can't do certain shit like this no more. Oh, this definitely ain't gonna be. Yeah, you gotta change it up, boy. Like, come on. Everybody gonna find themselves at some point. You ain't gonna find yourself right away as a kid. You're gonna find yourself when you start getting into your adult ages. Sometimes you ain't gonna know what to really do with your life. Like Word said, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to do with your life, even after. Some people are just finding their life after 30 and 40 years.
Yep.
You know, so it's like it's always gonna be a mixed bag.
Yep. Yep. Let me read this poem real quick. So I gotta get this breakfast together for them and wake them up. One gotta go to a private school and the other one gotta get online.
Breakies. I want breakies.
It's crazy because I got three separate breakfasts. One likes French toast, the other one likes pancakes, and the other one likes scrambled eggs, and they gotta be homemade.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they like different breakfasts.
I want brekkies. Tell them coming in their plates. Don't worry. I'm taxing everything like Shaq do his kids. I'm taxing everybody. Tax bite.
But I got that boy in private school. Shit. Ever since I put my son in private school, his whole demeanor, everything has changed. Like that boy is so full of life now. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that right there is like what I was looking for. Like I could never understand why is it that, but then I figured it out. It's the atmosphere, your surroundings too. Like the school that he was in didn't give a fuck. The school he's in now gives a fuck.
Yeah. That's why I said when it comes to those type of situations, like I was telling you earlier, sis, like and even like Letitia said, if it gets to a point where almost every spot is the same, you might as well take your kids out of these systems and
Mhm.
do what you got to do for self. Because guess what, they ain't gonna help you. And even when you trying to raise awareness and even trying to fight, they always gonna try to give you hell. Because if you don't got enough people really backing you or behind you, they looking at you like one person. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You man, go back, go man, go get some people. Then we could talk. That's how they be. That's how I feel they think sometimes. Like, man, go get your crew, nigga, and then we can talk. Man. Like, you by yourself. You ain't doing shit.
That's
Like, that's how they move it.
all right. I'm gonna get started real quick because I gotta.
So,
All right, this one's called "Who Are We." I gotta read these in Nate's platform too, but I
no
also
doubt.
gotta find a couple of them. All right, this one's called "Who Are We." Who are we? We're so ignorant to the facts. There's no loyalty left in this world. Don't need no new friends. Alone, looking at the mirror, asking, "Where's the loyalty, the respect, the moral in life? Who are we that we think that we can judge? Look around. If war came, we drop like flies. That's how divided we are. Bullets fly in the air like the 4th of July. Now who we hitting? The babies crying, the adults running, while the kids dying. Now we got caskets no bigger than 3 feet lying underground. Heaven's playground getting full. God getting furious. No one notices. So much hate, not enough love given. No one will realize it until it's them that life shatters. We divided to the point we can't tell who is who, believing in an illusion that will destroy us all. We say we honor and respect our ancestors, yet they got to be rolling in circles in their grave. We should be ashamed. Instead, we're ignorant to the facts. Freedom is the only treasure that can't be bought with gold. In order to love anyone else, you have to learn how to love yourself. We've lost so many kings and queens to social media. Now it's a few left that can't raise. I'm sorry. Now there's a few left that can raise our young right. So many people complaining, solutions underneath their nose, yet they decide to give a blind eye. Who are we? to judge. Can't we just come together? Y'all say the white men are only racist, so why can't we put our pride to the side and stop killing each other? You forget the youth watching. Let me take a step back. I forgot we live in a world that thinks celebrities need to raise our kids, forgetting that it takes a village to raise our kids. The world is divided. Our kids are going missing or molested, and that can't even bring us together. Maybe I'm tripping, but the solution is us. So many are ignorant to the facts. People are woke, they just don't care. So once again, who are we?
All on facts.
You
You
said that
know,
is that the one you said KB?
Yeah, I'm telling you, when Kwame came out at first and he was saying all his stories, and it was like, damn, mommy, he's saying everything I want to say, and there's a lot of people listening. But when I started what I started, I didn't give a fuck about the adults or the celebrities. I'm not worried about that. I just wanted to reach the children. If I could help one kid, that's what mattered at that moment. So like listening to him, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn, like somebody that's got a like a little bigger platform. I didn't know that, much about Kwame. I was just learning about Kwame. I just wanted to see like he's about the kids. He's got a message with him. Like I pulled up on his plan on one time and I told him about the petition and he let me up and to speak about the petition and stuff like that. A couple days later I came up with the poem.
okay.
But I'm like, that's why I said, I'm like, people like y'all really need it. Like, even though I stopped watching him when that whole beef stuff came out, like he still,
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel as though he still got a message, but he got caught up with the beef.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
like I said, a lot of people, like there's a lot of people that came on here that, like I said, they started off just bringing either the awareness or they was trying to promote something basically, and then they lost track because everybody started beefing. Like I said, everybody's gonna have different views and opinions, but the main thing is if everybody is coming to that same fucking conclusion and goal, then put all that petty shit to the side and move forward what needs to be moved forward with. Like you
Yep.
came here promoting something, you should have stuck to that, regardless of who the hell was saying. Like, look, I done been on this damn app for a whole year as far as doing content. Before I even started doing the lives, I was just doing my uploads, not giving a fuck. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it's about awareness. It's not about I'm trying to get this sub count. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to do this. Like I said, I could care less if I was getting monetized or not. Even though don't get it twisted, sometimes some people that's gonna help because if you're trying to promote certain things too, all right, now you can get certain shit off the ground. But then again, when you really are focused on what you need to focus on, certain things just don't really mean much. Like I could be honest with you right now, some people will be going crazy. I just looked at something on my YouTube studio when I was going to delete a video that I know they was going to give me a copyright claim for. And you ain't gonna believe where the hell my watch hours is at right now.
Oh
Literally, we got almost 3,300 watch hours. Make that make sense. Some people be like, "How you got that much?" Because these lives do help. It's not just the uploads and the shorts. These lives help because when everybody, like prime example, we just had a whole 4 hour live. I just looked at like I said, I just looked at the analytics real quick. It literally was over 200 people watching that whole time. We was sitting there going back and forth.
shit, I'm never gonna get monetized, and I ain't worrying about that shit. I stay getting strikes on my channel. Every year since I started, I've gotten at least. I haven't made it to the third strike, which will mess me up. But I make it to two strikes where, like, within a matter of like, I would say 6 months apart each. This year I did two. The one talking about COVID and but it's never about no bullying, harassing, or no beef. It's always about me speaking about like the COVID. The first time I ever got a strike was because I did speak on somebody about YouTube, and that was Hassan Campbell. I didn't know that for speaking my opinion, they was gonna get mad and strike me and make me put my video down. I'm like, but I just gave my opinion.
But
So
see, it's not really them. It's him himself
I
because
didn't know
from
that
what
when
I've heard, no, look, but from what I've heard about him, anytime you really say some shit that's damn near truth, he want to get you stricken down. That's from what I've heard because
ever
there's
since
more
that,
than one person who had an issue with this dude. So
I've never really spoken on like people on YouTube or no celebrities or not. I just kept my channel straight, just on whatever I find or whatever goes on in the neighborhood or whatever is the topic that I'm speaking about. Well, like ever since then, I'm like, for what people like? I don't get it straight just for giving my opinion. That shit just made me like I don't even want to speak on YouTubers. Like y'all said something, and the whole point is to give the opinion. Like you was speaking about, the same topic I was speaking about. I just had a question and an opinion.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but
like,
see, they not gonna allow you that.
Hey, Alan, I want to say I appreciate you for coming up, bro. And
Or
I want to say something else too about that whole like when the biggest thing I think people miss when they beefing on here is the opportunity um, to resolve it and
yep,
how powerful that'd be for people to see. You know, like these people was going at it, but now they resolved it, even if it's to the point where um, we agree to disagree and just don't bother each other. I think people need to see that, and if they see it, it becomes a thing. You know, I
I just
think
got
that's a
disappointed on the man. Like I don't watch him no more. So it's kind of like you went from being the face of the youth to bringing awareness of molestation and rape to speaking the way you speak. And it's kind of like you got to sit here and realize karma's a bitch, and some people don't like the way you're speaking about certain kids and stuff like that. You got to watch what you say.
yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying. When people are inclined to do that, and then when you start speaking facts on them, you're gonna have that issue. Because trust me, you think he ain't get people? There's probably had people coming at him about his kids, but guess what? He quick to flag them, but then let you talk about their kids. You can't say shit to them.
Yeah, so that's why I said I was good with that part. I was like, I told everybody that was up to me, don't ask me about no YouTubers, about no celebrities, because at the end of the day, like when you passionate about something, you're gonna go in on certain topics.
Yeah, and then they ain't gonna want to hear that truth. That's why I told somebody. I said, when it comes to my platform, I'm just giving you more than just education. I'm giving you awareness. I'm also giving you tools because everybody at some point has some sort of tool that we can all build from and fucking grow from. Like,
Yeah,
see, prime example, I'm thinking about doing some merchandise at some point. Like I said, I ain't just going to jump into it until I got the full knowledge. But at some point, I'm definitely going to do that because I got people in my ear already. I want a violent shirt already. So, like, like I said, even when I get down to how I'm going to do it and all, no, it's going to get done. Like I said, everything is a process. Everybody is building off of each other one way or another.
that's why I'm not mad on how slow everything's going on my side. Because listen, I've managed to help a couple of the youth on my end. Like they went out as soon as they got some taxes, they bought themselves some machines. I got one young boy right on the block that my baby pops took under his wing, and he started his own little business called Gold Works. He's fixing cars, he's doing shirts, like he's doing everything he wanted to do. And he didn't know that he could do it at such a. He thought he had to go bust his ass working to actually accomplish some of the things that he liked to do. No, go out there, keep going to school, make your little money while you're working. Don't worry about that, week by week or, every 2 week paycheck that you get. Like, worry about them taxes. Once you get them taxes, invest them taxes. Don't just spend them. Invest them taxes. I'm like, you're going to survive off them, weekly or bi weekly checks. Pay your bills, buy your clothes, food, whatever. And, when you get them taxes, open your business up.
Yeah. And see, even if it's on, well, shoot, because like with me, I was just like, part of me ready to just, even if I don't put what I was going to put together, shit, I'm about to find out about something. Like I said, I could probably use or borrow against whatever credit I do. Man, listen, my credit is fucking damn near excellent. Somebody was looking at me, why you ain't, fool, I'm not just going to jump into a fucking thing, feet first. No, I want to jump in head first, nigga. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing, where I'm going. Okay, we're here. You jump in feet first, you might get stuck, nigga. Like, shoot.
I'm going to keep listening from down there because I got to get started about 4:30, everything.
No doubt, sis. And like I said, whenever the panel open on my channel, you already know what it is. And I think, like I said, Thursday I'm still doing open mic poetry.
Yeah. My schedule's a little messed up. That's why you see my lives. I do some lives sometimes like at 4 something in the morning, 5 something. Because it
I
depends.
still
Like,
do that. I
I
still do
did.
that.
Sometimes I do them at 1 or 2, but it depends. Because, like, I'm a floater, like, I'm a health aide. So it's like when they call me, I got to get up and go. And I only work from Monday to Thursday. I had dropped it. I had stopped until they come messing with me that they want me to take this damn COVID vaccine. That's where I'm quitting.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing this so I can get my business started. Like I told everybody, I'm like, I'm not asking for help or none of that. I want to get everything started. Like Kwame gave me some good advice. Like people reached out to me, like this is how you can get your business started with the credit. You got the name. I was like, listen, this is gonna take me a whole lot longer because I'm just getting started and I have zero credit. So either way, my credit is not bad, my credit is not good, but it's not good enough to get no money out the way y'all thinking that I can get it out like that. So it's like I
Right.
get the help and I appreciate it, but I'm like, I don't think we could all do the credit thing the way everybody thinks. I have to build my
Yeah.
credit and yeah, I have perfect credit, but it's not worth nothing because it's not started.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because you gotta mostly have something going, even if it's the smallest thing in your name. Like, see, this is where my credit was at. Was that, like, I laughed because somebody was like, well, how's your credit that good? You don't even. I said, listen, right now I have a credit card and a debit card under my name. My phone bill has been under my name for the longest since I had this phone.
I
I
got a
said,
gap.
certain bills that you pay is like going towards your credit bureau. So guess what? Like, I looked at my shit today and just said, oh, I'm almost there. Like, I'm almost where I want to be at. Because I'm definitely going to go in here. My man, look, I don't care if I got to put a forefront down here. Look, I need about this much. For what? This and this. Blueprints. Hold this. Have a nice day. Let me know when I get all the shit. I'm out of here. Nate Radio. We in here.
Mhm.
I'll be the DMX of everything. I don't want to do no office shit. Let me just come in here and say what I gotta say. Let you try to feed me some fucking bullshit so I can come back with something strong. Like, now, can I please get my business, sir? Thank you.
Thank you and you're welcome, Alan.
Exactly. If you
Thank
ain't
you.
gonna do this, guess what? Eat the cake, anime. Eat the damn cake.
Oh, shit.
Rachel, there's a couple of them, but if you rent, you can get that reported towards the credit to the credit bureau too, and that can help you build your credit if you rent.
All right, I definitely
That's,
got
that's what I want to try to do. I want to try to rent a space. See, like in New York City, you can't purchase no property. You could lease it, you could rent it, but you can't own it. Like, and that's the only thing I don't get about my state. Like, how the fuck we can't own something, but everywhere else you could go get a piece of land and you good.
you're welcome, perpetual pup. I gotta say it right because I called you platypus earlier. Platypus. Wait, damn, I am reading it right.
Platty, we just call it Platty.
Yeah, I
Right.
was like, oh man.
I call it
Uh,
Briscoe.
During the whole time you reading Perp's name, I was kind of mesmerized. So please excuse the way I be thinking in these conversations.
I gotta go back to the bushes. I'll see you.
no doubt, sis.
All right,
All
thank you for
right.
picking up the word, and I am sharing your content. Like, keep it up, the same as you, Nate. Like, I'm sharing y'all on Facebook, everywhere I can share. Like, if I could split it up and share it on my TikTok, I would. But y'all lives be so long.
Yeah, I know. Nah, but see, this is what happens though when there's a conversation like that. I wasn't planning that shit to be 4 hours, but hey, we all had something to bring to the table, so sometimes you're gonna get that.
Facts. All right, let me go to the bushes. I keep saying it.
Yeah, have a good one, sis.
All right. Thank you again, Rachel.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah,
all in all, that's
yeah,
like I said. I wasn't expecting to go no foreign change the way I did earlier, but hey, we always building on something. And we
Right.
that's
did
right.
cover a multitude of topics. So, like, sometimes a live is going to go longer than you expect, especially when it's something deep that should be discussed. I done seen people on that, man. Like I said, I done helped a few people that's in my community. Even when it come down to helping them get their watch hours, there's a few of them that was like, "Yo, you was kind of yeah," because I show support. If you saying this is what you need, all right, well, I didn't help Tay a couple times get her watch out. Like Tay didn't help, got her watch hours up on that main channel. But I know part of that is because like it was certain nights when she was having the conversations before she made the other channel. She was having most of those Friday night conversations on her main channel. So trust me, like I was sitting there some nights up with shoot. We was up there for 6 to 8 hours sometimes. But when we chatting about different things, even if it's just on a relationship tip, there's always something to bring to the table because everybody has a different perspective on things.
Mm.
See, yeah, like y'all been helping me with creating content, just having conversations because a lot of times, like I said, I'm boring. I can just get straight to the point and I'll be done with a video in 10, 15 minutes. It's just what it is. It go by. But having up here getting different perspective, it helps build the content, but it also helps give extra tools. As me and Kurt started saying, we give each other tools. So I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna let y'all boys close it out. Brother Nate, you want to start off? What you want to tell the people?
I'm gonna tell the people if you don't choose violence, I'm knocking on your door. Look at my face. I'm not playing with none of y'all no more. Yeah, nah, I just want to say the main thing though for the people. The main thing for the people, like I've been saying, even on my own channel, it's not hard to come together and try to put ideas and tools together to try to benefit and try to move forward for the future. Because, like I said, a lot of y'all are going to cry and mope about, oh, our world is becoming this and our world is becoming that. Well, what are you doing in particular to try to help that fight or try to at least correct some of the things we can correct on our own? You don't always got to look for the government to try to help with certain things. If we know some of us have the knowledge and even have the resources to make it work for ourselves and put our own things in. Like I said, that's just like if I was to get a loan anytime soon. I know what my hood need right now. We don't got we don't have no more hardware store. You got to go literally outside the hood to go to damn Home Depot to get whatever. So, shit like that. I'm like, all right, we need this. We definitely need this. Like you put whatever tools you can together and you try to make things work. Even if it's the simplest thing is helping in the soup kitchen and shit like that. That's better than just you sitting on your ass and watching the world crumble in front of you. That's all I gotta say. You gotta be the example and not become an example. That's it. Don't let that go over your head either.
Mm,
And
nice.
that's why when Nate speak, I tell people, I share it and say, service has started. Service has started. Because, I mean, that's, no, I'm serious, man. Nate be speaking, Nate be speaking. I'm throwing flowers again, but stuff that Nate's is the stuff that's needed to be heard, especially nowadays, because there's not a lot of people not only talking about change, but giving you ways to make the change occur, how to spark it, how to start it, giving you ideas, giving you ways to do it. People just complain about it, like you said. Nate looks for solutions. That's why I say service. He's servicing us and giving us ways to at least start.
Yeah, nah, and that's what I try to do because, like I said, like, and shout outs to Popcorn because, like I said, I didn't know what it was he tagged me in. I thought it was some next shit. Me, I'm already on go time. Like, let me make sure this motherfucker ain't trying to. But when I seen that he took one of my videos and he like basically had it like on the screen, it was basically like yeah, community shift needs to be changed. Like it has to be a community shift, man. And if I'm a part of that right now because I'm giving balance to the degree to this app, then so be it. I'm here for the stay.
What you got for us, brother Alan? What do you want to close with?
Well, basically, y'all can make something out of nothing. Hey, my mother always told me, God rest her soul, get your gift will take care of you. I was just an artist. Yeah, learned a little bit more than what I expected to know. Then on her dying day, hey, I started rebuilding since then. And when my father came, hey, I still kept the same mindset. You know, keep going and bring your family with you. That's what both these people taught me through life. So, hey, keep going for yours. But do it responsibly.
Exactly.
I just want to tell this to the people. If we truly want change. A good way to start is to change the way we think. Because no matter what we do, if we don't change the way we think, we're gonna continue to make the same mistakes. And a lot of that is to do with our emotions, understanding our emotions. We gotta do that inner work. And the more work we do, it'll translate to the outside. I just want people to think about that. There's a lot of stuff that we hold in, a lot of pain, a lot of anger. To function properly on the outside, we got to function properly on the inside. So I just want people to think about that, man. You know, that's all we got for y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking out with us. And, like always, hit that like for me. Subscribe, and if we say anything that resonate with anybody, do me a favor and share it out. Help me spread the word. That's all I got, beautiful people. Appreciate y'all, everybody. Rachel, Platt, Alan, Nate, Kalani.
Nah, and
Appreciate
I
you, word.
appreciate that. Nah, we appreciate you. Like, trust me, I appreciate everybody, including everybody in my little community, man. Like I said, we all are figuring out that at some point, it's not really a race thing. It's just a is it right or wrong thing. So, and I can say I'm
Right.
glad that I fought the revolution to a degree.
All right, check.
No doubt, bro.
Get that thing over to you, bro.
Oh yeah. Hit the email, bro, just in case, cause I didn't get that thing from Craig. I don't know, and I looked in the spam folder. I ain't see nothing.
All right.
I get it over to you, bro. All right, y'all
No
take
doubt,
it
bro.
easy.
All right.
All right, y'all.